everyone, and welcome back to Waterdeep Dragon. Nope.
Wow.
Guys,
Whoa!
Wishes and Wilds. Guys, I know what game I'm running, but we're like low-key kind of doing a little bit of a Waterdeep thing, so apologies, I just introed our game completely wrong. Welcome back to Beyond Wishes and Wilds. I'm your whimsical and confused GM, Victoria, and we're gonna play D&D tonight in Waterdeep. But before we do that, we're going to do some announcements and a recap and such. So, Kristy, if you could be so kind as to roll that clip.
Good evening, and welcome to the show. Let's get into our pre-game announcements. Proficiency Bonus has a community Discord with public channels. Please come check us out and hang out with us. We're always welcoming new GMs, players, and other friends to our found family. All experience levels are welcome, from veteran gamers to total newbies. And we are a safe place for POC and LGBTQIA+ nerds and gamers, so come geek out with us. And you'll be the first to know when we are posting castings for new games. Big thanks to Suncraft for providing our games with music each week. The Suncraft bot plays music and soundscapes in your Discord call, and its interactive buttons allow you to control the audio with ease. We love Suncraft here. He really pops off sometimes, so go check it out for free now.
Please check out our other games. We stream almost every day here at Probo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as homebrew games, and some of our games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Come watch all of our VODs over on our YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month. Also, big thanks to Syrinscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Syrinscape.com to find out more. Thanks again to all of our sponsors for supporting Proficiency Bonus. And now, back to the show.
We're back! Yay! Thank you, Kristy, as always, for your amazing announcement reel. Oh wow, it's gonna be a night tonight, guys. You can have a player inspiration for your contributions to the stream. With that, I think it's time for a recap, unless anyone has any other announcements or things that really need to be said on the stream.
Fridays. We'll be back in roughly 2 months, so stay tuned.
Okay, yeah. Little 2-month breaky poo over there on Fridays, but that just means that you have even more reasons to come and hang out and watch us on Thursdays, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Get your fix. Cool. With that, we'll kick it over to our resident recapper, who... Let's see how well you earn this player inspiration ink. No, I'm just kidding. You had a hard, long day, so if you mess up and call
Well, I was gonna say, I think it's kind of a short recap, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
So, y'all, last time on Beyond Witches and Wilds, I'm gone. Or at least my original character is. We say goodbye to Ego, and we say goodbye to the forest that we've been in some capacity for, like, several real-life years, just depending on the plane. And we have found the rest of the party traveling with Dawn's family via their caravan to the City of Splendors, Waterdeep. That big old city that you may have heard of on the coast, right here in good old Faerun, just on the material plane. As they were approaching, we were very swiftly introduced to my not original character, a fearbold cleric by the name of Opal, who seems to have been given a divine premonition and also a task to uproot the evil that has infested its way into the city, and that means that Opal has been drawn to the rest of this party to join forces. Introducing himself, explaining straight up that God sent him, because you love a cleric that's straightforward. But the rest of the party still has their own tasks that they need to accomplish, of course. For most of them, for half of them, they are returning to a city that they haven't been to in a very, very long time. And for 2 of them, they've never been in a city before, ever. So we've got the full spectrum here. We've got some Zentarum to fight. We've got a city to save, and we may or may not immediately break the code legal. We'll have to find out tonight on Beyond Witches and Wilds.
Please don't.
Thank you very much.
Please don't break the code legal.
Yeah, you probably don't want to break the code legal.
I'm trying. At least I now know the rules that I should try not to break.
Guys, I need y'all to know that I'm also having some technical difficulties right now. It's not anything that's impacting my ability to run the game yet, but for some reason, when I click on Discord to type anything to you, all of my other apps just go black. So I don't know what's going on, and if it becomes a problem, I'll let you know. But Ink, you can have a player inspiration for your contributions to the stream. Graph, our DJ, you may also have player inspiration for your contributions to the stream. And for Iris, our Oath Keeper, Lore Deal Keeper, and Jamie, the Overlord of Chat, you guys can have player inspirations for your contributions to the stream. So thank you. Does anyone have anything else? Just don't report my message, Graph. Does anyone have anything else, or shall we get back into it? Okay. Oh, Jamie.
Pee-pee and poo-poo.
You're so right. Your player inspiration is revoked. No, I'm just kidding. You can keep it. But yeah.
You get a +3 from chat, Victoria.
Yay, thank you. Little hit him with the little. Thank you. Cool. When last we left off, you all were at the North Gate, waiting to get into the city of Waterdeep. You're speaking with a gnome, Fizzle Whizgig. We're gonna actually pick up back with her really quick, just because, oh my god, Waterdeep, there's like literally so much going on at all times. And I'll be learning about it as if I didn't play in a campaign in it twice before in my life. But Fizzle Whizgig will inform you in her nasally gnomish voice.
Just so that you'll know if you're planning on staying in the field ward, since it's not actually an official ward of the city, you wouldn't have to pay any taxes. It's actually just past this gate here. And for the magic users, those of you who have just registered here, thank you very much. It is strongly encouraged that you join the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors, headed by the Blackstaff, of course. As I mentioned, magic users, specifically those who are in the Watchful Order, are expected to render service in the city if they get called upon to act as sort of temporary members of the Watch or Guard. And if you're not a part of it, I mean, that's fine, I guess, but, you know, we could really always use your expertise when there's, like, magical crimes and things, so I would really encourage it, and, it's sort of just like a social association. I mean, I'm in it. I'm a junior magister, so it's pretty great. And you know, it helps to keep the wrath of the Lords of Waterdeep off of you.
When she's doing this, you know how like when you get approached in the on the street, like when you're walking through the city by like a salesperson or something, and you just keep walking. That's what Don's doing right now. He's like, "Here we go." He's like, "No, yeah, I know. Thanks, not interested."
And then additionally,
hold on. Who here is armed and armored? I'm pretty sure
Everybody.
It's really just, well, but like, okay. So she's gonna take a look probably at Aurum and Dawn being the most armed and armored, as the rest of you, I think, kind of pass for like not quite armed and armored.
The only thing I've got is a dress, technically, that doesn't cover a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think I wear armor.
So she will let you all know. Would definitely suggest, getting to know the code legal that I handed out to you there. Also, it looks like some of you might use weapons or wear armor. And I just want you to know that that's gonna probably intimidate people a little bit if you're just like walking around on the streets like that. It's not that you're not allowed. It just kind of stresses people out. It's like, why do you need that? So, before you head in, were there any questions or anything that you needed?
Do you guys have any questions? I have the code legal memorized.
Sort of already, I think she's handled all of my questions, which were quite significant. I do have a question for you though, Dawn. Can we go to the water?
Oh.
I mean,
there was like a big water.
There's a big water.
You mean the ocean?
Yeah, that one. If that's what you call it. Yeah, the big water.
Yeah, we can go down to
I've heard of one in the summer court, but you don't want to go in that. Usually there's things that'll kill you in it.
That's a big water.
That's a really big water.
There's probably things that'll kill you in that too.
Well, I can tell you what there's probably not going to be any. No dragons. So we're all good on that front. We can go down to the dock ward.
What about sirens? Do you think there are sirens in there? Because I've heard about sirens being in there, and kelpies, and...
Any sirens that live down there can't sing for shit.
Oh!
I've fought a kelpie before too. They're not a problem.
That depends on the kelpie.
There shouldn't be any dragons. I mean, there's a ward over the city that prevents dragons from entering the city, so that you shouldn't have to worry about dragons.
Yeah.
Where is the best magic shop?
Oh.
Or
I thought you were going to ask where the best big water spot was.
No, or item shop, and I'm gonna hold up my gloves. I need work on these.
Well, so you would have a couple options. So if you're looking for custom work, I would honestly suggest that you go to the House of Inspired Hands. If you're looking for something very unique, or any sort of custom work, anything that falls out of the regular realm of magic items. If you're looking for the widest variety of magic items, there's a pretty big shop in the Trades Ward called Bag of Tricks. I would suggest checking that one out. The proprietor's really lovely. It's really fun in there. There is a magic shop that's kind of hard to find, and they might not have the most stuff, but sometimes they have weird stuff. Just is my mic not picking up?
No, we're here. No.
Okay, it was my little outline was going away, and I was like, "What is happening?" It's really only known by a select group of people, but I mean, you guys seem pretty cool, so I'll tell you because I heard some of the senior mages talking about it, but they call it the Dog House.
Ooh.
And it doesn't actually have any one location in the city.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it doesn't have any dogs in it.
It does. Actually, it does. It does have a dog.
Oh.
It's literally a dog house that just appears places in the city, and if it happens to appear, there's a dog that can fetch you some weird magic items.
I've never met a dog before.
That's really cool.
Dogs in Waterdeep. Yeah, people have pet dogs, cats. I have a gerbil.
I don't.
His name is Horatio.
Oh.
Wait, sorry. Did you ask something, Iris?
No, I don't know what that is. Not a lot of gerbils, I don't think, in this Spring Court.
Well, thanks, Fizzlewig. That's the last of my questions.
Well, welcome to the City of Splendors. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
We will, thanks.
And you
He's
can,
gonna start walking away.
you surely can start walking away.
Yep. As he gets down the street and starts looking around, kind of like he's like slipped into the like, oh, I live in the city all the time, and even though this might be like really nice to some other people, all I know how to do is complain about it. So he like kind of like leans over and he's like, she really likes to overshare, huh?
It wasn't it her first day?
I know, but sheesh.
I think she's just really excited for stay on the job. I know how that's like.
I've never been excited for my first day at any job.
Oh. I guess it depends on the job.
I guess it does. I just can't see myself excited to do labor for someone. Speaking of, we could go do all of that other shit down by the dock ward and stuff. I do also need to, at some point, stop by my old job.
Oh. That's the bank? Bank?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The bank.
Oh.
And we're gonna go see your mother, right? As well?
That too.
Do you know where they
I hope
usually
she hasn't gotten
stay?
herself into too much trouble. Huh?
Do you know where they usually stay? In the city?
Do I?
So your family has like Vardos. They will sometimes like keep the Vardos, and like some of like the random aunties and like cousins will stay like outside of the city gates with the Vardos. However, if they are like planning on performing, which your sisters are right now, they'll usually end up staying at like different taverns or inns, and they basically will just like negotiate like food and board in exchange for performance.
Okay. Yeah.
And I would say in terms of places that they would be right now, I think your father would actually tell you that the reason why so much of your family is coming this time is probably because your sisters got booked for a performance at the Yawning Portal, which is a big deal. It's like the big touristy spot.
Okay, yeah. Then he'll say, yeah, we can look for some of the Vardos out by the gate in the field ward, but my dad told me that they'd be playing at the Yawning Portal, so let's check there before anywhere else.
Go to the Yawning Portal first, then?
Unless there's something else that you guys want to do while we're here.
I do also want to stop by, see if we can find the Valor's Claw. I told Oliver if I was ever in Dragon Heist, or in Dragon Heist. Wow.
Dragon Heist!
If I was ever in
Dragon Heist!
If I was ever in Waterdeep, we'd stop by. So, I want to show them how I've been practicing my juggling as well.
Yeah, I realized when I asked for like magic stuff that I don't have any money.
I have money, Aurum. I could buy you something if you want something.
I just want to try to get these so that they don't break no more.
Okay. How about we go to the Yawning Portal first? Let's get a dray, and then we can either go shopping or we could take you down to the beach. I don't know if Don wants us to come with him to his old job. I mean, I don't mind going to the bank, but...
You can come. It's not going to be very exciting.
Right, that's what
That she gestures to like Saoirse and Aurum. She's like, I don't know if they want to go to the bank, but I can take them to the beach while you go to the bank.
I think it's more like, I don't know if you want to take Saoirse to the bank, because if she gets bored, it's gonna be bad for everybody.
Yeah, so let's go to the Yawning Portal first. Let's get a dray and show you guys how to use them.
And
so that way, if you ever get lost, you can just get on a dray and tell them where you want to go.
Yeah, and we can, Yawning Portal, then you guys can go to the beach or something, and I'll meet you while I go to my job.
Okay.
He turns to, like, Opal and say, Ooh. So, do you have a place to go? Are you just going to, like, accompany us?
We can get rooms
Well,
together if you need.
I have my church that I run here in the field ward.
Oh.
Admittedly, when I was given a vision and set off to find a group of connected individuals, I didn't expect to find you within an hour. I thought I was going to be going on a journey, so
Well-
I already told all of the folks at my church that I was going to be gone for a bit, and I packed up my bag. So this is a good opportunity for my assistants to get some practice in.
Yeah, responsibility.
And then if something is wrong,
Right.
I'm actually nearby. So if it's all right with y'all, I would like to let them do their thing, and I'll check on them if they need me.
Of course.
You want to go to the bank?
Sure, I'll go to the bank.
All right, then you can come with me to the bank.
I remember when I had to learn what money was when I first came to the city. That was a whole thing.
Still working on that one.
Maybe you could help her.
Just think about it as little tokens that represent someone doing something for you. It's like a physical favor that you carry in your pocket. That's how I remembered it.
Oh, I've got a bunch of those. She pulls out just like little thingies.
Like all the trinkets that we have.
I think she's got like a little cat boot, if I remember correctly, and like a bunch of little shiny objects she's collecting for the crows and or the magpies, and then a few other things.
And now here, they want very specific tokens because then they know that they're made here. They make their own coin here called the Gold Dragon. It's very interesting.
Wait,
it don't look like a
She just
dragon.
said they can't have dragons here.
It don't look like a dragon. They just call it that.
They just call them dragons.
They're actually square.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
They should be dragon shaped. I feel in my heart that they should be dragon shaped.
Absolutely.
Maybe you're right, but I feel like that would take more time to mint than just making a little square
do they at
coin.
least have dragon pictures on them?
I think so.
I think
Yes.
so, yeah. Like little
Yeah.
dragon faces.
That's
Here.
fine.
I'll take out a single gold dragon because probably what gold that the party has are not Water Davian coin anyway.
it's not
so
Water Davian coin that I have.
I'll-
Oh shit, do
I'll
I need
take
to go
a
to the
single
bank?
gold.
Okay, so hold on.
Guys, we gotta
Actually, really quick, hold on. For Dawn and for Clover, your coin would be Water Davian coin because Amphale, Goldenfield, there's like a couple towns and villages that are watched over by the city guard, which is basically the military force. The city watches
it
the
uses
police.
water
Cool.
Davian
So
coin.
you use Water Davian coin because you're like a suburb of Water.
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, that's great. That means I don't have to
Any
go to the
coin
bank.
that was found in the Feywild, who knows?
I was about to say, yeah,
Right.
because most
Oh,
of the
yeah, y'all
coin
got
that I
some weird stuff.
most of the coin that I have right now is coin that I got in the Feywild, so I do
You
actually,
got a gold coin. It's like, who's George Washington?
right? So I do actually have to like go exchange it for Water Davian Dragon still.
Okay, mine's good then.
Depending on, I mean, you know that your former employer does offer that kind of service, Dawn.
Yeah.
Whether or not it'll be available to you anymore is another question.
Well, there's probably not going to be a lot of nice words being said on either of our sides, so I'm just here to get my money.
Just go to a tender first before you see your boss, and that way
So-
you'll be fine.
Really quick, I'm just gonna give a super duper quick narration here. So you smell the field ward even before you see it as you are entering the gate. And you all definitely get a sense of very stark contrast to the view of Waterdeep that you got from the distance, the sprawling, glittering city. This is not the place that you are in right now as you pass through the field ward. This area is a muddy mess. And it is very evident to you pretty much immediately that it is populated by the poorest people and also the people who take advantage of those people's desperation. For Opal, Clover, you might know this. I think the local folks and Opal obviously would know this. But the field ward is considered outside of the city's jurisdiction. It's technically like between the two northernmost walls. Originally, this was a space that was meant to be a killing field in the times of war. But then, as just random events and calamities happened, refugees gathered here, and it eventually became an unofficial ward of its own. It is not serviced by the Dung Sweepers Guild, nor does it have a sewer system, and that is very evident to your nose as you venture through. There are also several slaughterhouses, smokehouses, leather workers, tanneries, a lot of the ugly but very necessary services that keep a massive city like this afloat, it would appear, ply their trade here in the field ward, because they're likely not welcome in the city proper. That being said, whoopsie, where did I go?
I've never been more upset with Saoirse for not wearing shoes than I am in this moment.
Yeah, no, like I think it's like honestly like it's impossible for you to like not step in some poop of something when you're like walking through the field ward.
Thankfully, when she walks, like flowers grow under her feet, so it's not the worst it could be, but it's not great.
And now they don't immediately die from ego being in the vicinity.
That's true.
So yeah, I think you probably definitely get some people looking at you. For those who are armed/armored, are you remaining armed and armored? Or are you putting that away?
Nope.
So you're just gonna remain that way?
I think at the current moment, Don is too focused on getting where he needs to be to care about being armed and armored. I feel like he's like I feel like he like fell like into like, oh yeah, I'm back here and I need to just go along my way and like not stop for anybody, and he's like stopped recognizing the fact that he is no longer in his like suit and briefcase. And he's like wearing a full set of like golden gleaming armor with like dandelions engraved on it with a like sword.
But as you pass through, you soon find yourself stepping into the city proper. And as you do, it becomes very evident why Waterdeep is called the City of Splendors, or the Crown of the North. For immediately, the sense of hustle and bustle is all around you. You get the sense that everybody's eyes and minds are focused only on their own business, and yet you know that this is the kind of place where everybody is watching what is unfolding, waiting for the next big thing, the next road to riches, the next opportunity. Waterdeep is always watching. Waterdeep is always awake. And as you step into the beautiful, opulent, I believe it's the Sea Ward. Let me put that in my Waterdeep tab group. Yeah. You're right between the North Ward and the Sea Ward. You are entering on the High Road, which is an incredibly busy thoroughfare. Hustling and bustling. You guys do have to like kind of step off to the side to make sure that you don't get dragged away with just like the flow of people. But for those of you who are unfamiliar with this place, there are carriages, there are horses, there are these massive 2-story carriages with people like sitting like high up in the sky, with like a lot of people on them, things that you've never seen before. You didn't realize you could carry that many people in one wagon. And the city is alive. If nothing else, for better or for worse, it's almost like you're stepping in and you're going to be like one tiny molecule in a big organism. Welcome to Waterdeep. Where the heck do you guys want to go?
Don's first move is, because we talked about it, he wants to hail a dray.
Yeah.
To head towards the yawning portal.
Yeah, you sure can. The dray will pull up, and the driver, a kind of scruffy human man with red hair, will hold out a hand. That'll be 1 dray each, please. No, what? 1 dray, 1 nib. It's a nib, guys! It's a day. 1 nib each, please. For the Water Davian locals, you would know that that is a copper.
He looks over at Clover because she's the only one who has
I'll pay.
the money.
All right, so that'll be 5 copper for the group. Actually, 7 copper. I think this guy looks at the owl bear and is like, not really sure what to charge her, so he's just gonna charge 1 for now. But you also have Love with you. So Dawn's family, like, they're gonna walk because they don't want to pay for a dray, because they would need like 3 drays to get there, so they'll meet you there. But the group of you can hop on. Are you going on the top deck or the lower deck?
Oh, I'll stay on the lower deck. I don't need to be climbing up there with my leg brace. I'll just sit.
Oh my god, you're so old. I'll also sit on the lower deck. I think
I am old.
Aurum and I are going on the top deck.
Top deck.
Yeah, I'll take them up to the top.
Deck. Yeah, the novelty of the top deck has long worn off of Don, so he's just like, whatever, I'll just sit wherever.
Okay, so Clover's gonna take the newcomers to the top deck.
Yeah, I'll play tour guide.
All right, so Waterdeep is a city of broad boulevards thrumming with traffic. And as you pass through this bewildering melee of wagons and carts and horses and pony riders and carriages and buggies and hire coaches and drays, it's, especially for those of you, for the outsiders, it's definitely like hard to grasp the scope of how many people there are here. But hey, you know, it's a very lovely view. You get to pass between the North Ward and the Sea Ward. The Sea Ward is up on the high ground above Mount Waterdeep's like sunset shadow there, and it becomes clear almost immediately that this is where the rich and the powerful live, because the homes are large, opulent estates. As you look over at the North Ward, definitely still kind of giving that like noble vibe, and Clover, you can also be relaying all of this information, but it seems a little bit quieter, like a little bit more it's kind of like the Brooklyn, like if like it's not quite as bougie. There's like a lot of cute little brownstones, stuff like that. In terms of where we're trying to go, the Yawning Portal, that's gonna take 15 minutes to get through the North Ward, 15 minutes to get past the Castle Ward. Okay, so it's probably going to take like 35 minutes to get down to the Yawning Portal by Dre. It would probably be over an hour on foot. But you guys have some free time to chit-chat if you want. I think Juniper also is on the top deck, which is drawing a lot of eyes. Love will also sit up there and is just kind of like waving to people and like occasionally blowing kisses. Anything anyone wants to talk about, or shall we proceed to the Yawning Portal?
I fall asleep.
That's very old man core of you.
Oh my god, I wish I could, damn.
I'm like Joseph Joestar in like part 4 of JoJo's when he's too fucking old and he should have just not shown up.
I'll tell Juniper, hey, while we're here, you might want to just stay like near me. Like, don't go too far, because there's a lot of people looking at you, I'm noticing.
Okay. I'll stick by you.
Good. Perfect.
She was sitting on like her own little set of like 2 seats that was like 1 seat for her, and she is instead then going to move over to the seat next to you and like crushes you up against the side of the dray.
That's fine. That's fine. That's perfect.
You get a better view now. You could, you're like
Yeah, I
really
can hang
looking
up.
out.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Hashtag vibing.
Yeah.
I feel like he was going to try to start like a casual conversation with Opal, looked over and saw him already asleep, and he was like, all right. We'll talk later.
I think Saoirse gets bored probably about 10-15 minutes in and starts like singing and dancing and whatever space that she can find in which to do that. Even if there's not technically enough space, so she's maybe bumping into people a little bit. She doesn't care.
Roll like a little performance check. We'll see if you can get people like to vibe with it or not.
She's like that guy on the subway who's trying to get people to sing with him. 8 plus moments. 11 total.
Nobody's like really like mad at you for doing that, but it seems like as you're doing this, you're kind of used to this happens in like the Feywild, and then there would be like a little party. Like there'd be like like some little pixies would show up. Like who knows what could happen. But it seems like all of the people here, like you get some people looking at you, but they for the most part just like mind their business, like reading a broadsheet. Not that you know what that is. Or talking amongst themselves, or just like looking elsewhere. But there's definitely people on the streets that are kind of like looking at you. You probably see some like little kids that point up at you and wave as you're dancing.
Yeah, she'll Disney princess like wave like at the parade.
Yeah. So you guys can make your way through the city. And there's so many tabs open. God, Waterdeep's such a problem.
Yeah.
So the Dray will take down the main roads, and you'll get dropped off at Snail Street, like a block and a half away from the Yawning Portal, so you guys can make the rest of the way there on foot. And then with, I'm assuming Dawn and Clover probably leading, and Opal probably leading the way, you approach a big, rambling, 3-story amalgamation of wood and stone and various mismatched chimneys, with a simple signboard hanging above the front door that simply reads, "The Yawning Portal," marked into letters carved deep into the wood, which has weathered to a silvery color. And you can tell that this is definitely like the place to be. Very big like touristy vibes. There's a lot of different types of people on the street out here. There's little like tour guides that are probably taking people past and being like, oh, well, in the year 1342 DR, the Yawning Portal got blown up for the 40th time. It's things like that, but there are people coming and going from this structure. The people coming out seem to be nice and tipsy. They look like they're having a great time. You can enter if you so choose.
You dare?
Yes. I will enter.
Entering.
Alrighty. So as you enter the Yawning Portal, you enter a warm and shadowy common room with a big old hearth. But what really stands out to you here, more than anything, in this crowded, multi-story tavern, is that there's a giant hole in the floor, right in the middle. And you kind of get why it's called the Yawning Portal. There are tables and tables of people all around here. There's a small stage where you can see a human bard is plucking a little bit on like a 3-stringed lute. Behind the bar, you can see that there seems to be a human individual, maybe like middle-aged, kind of balding, with a big, thick mustache. He's got his sleeves rolled up, and he looks kind of buff. And he's back there like a pro, just like holding like 3 flagons at the same time and filling them all from the tap, sliding them down the bar, taking orders, and he is not talking more than 2 words to anybody. Like, this man is about business. It's bustling in here. If you want to try to find any particular people or anything like that, you're gonna have to roll me a perception check.
I will help Dawn if Dawn wants to look around for his family.
Sorry, what? Your audio's a little low.
Oh shit. I said I would help Dawn, give him advantage if Dawn's looking for family.
I definitely am. So, I'll look around, but I feel like he is looking towards or near the stage area just because he heard that they said they were going to be performing here. So, and he knows that his family are like stamina-less partiers, so he kind of expects them to be performing at all times. That is a 15 perception check.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it. You start scanning over by the stage, in this like expansive tap room, which has these carved wooden pillars supporting the other levels and the ceiling. And everything in here is just like wood paneling, floor, walls, all of it. And not too far off from the stage, at a smaller table, you would see a few mops of bright red curly hair with little horns sticking out of them. And you know exactly who this is. You are seeing sitting at a table enjoying their lunch for the day. You guys were arriving in the morning, probably enjoying breakfast.
Yeah.
Or like brunch. You would see your mother, Nemazine, whose stomach is very swollen with pregnancy, that much is clear, as well as your 2 younger sisters, Thalia and Euterpe. Thalia has a little bit of bedhead and is kind of like half asleep at the table eating some eggs. And Euterpe is there like brushing her hair, fixing it, putting into like very intricate curls and braids, and like making sure her outfit is perfect, putting on lipstick, things like that. But you see them over near the stage.
All right. Yeah, he goes. There they are. And he will go over to say hi.
Yeah, so you step up to this table, and your mother turns and looks, and it kind of takes her a second to register because you're wearing this like big gold and shining armor. You're not like in a suit as she's normally used to seeing you. But then as she takes it in, you see her eyes get big and round, and she just starts crying, and she's like, "Oh my Adonis, my baby boy, come here, baby, come here." And she gets up. She kind of has to like lift herself out of the seat that she's in, and she goes to give you like a big hug, and you can just like feel her warmth and love for you as she like embraces you, probably tighter than she should right now.
Yeah. He's like, calm down. It's not that serious.
Oh my gosh, Donnie, we didn't know if you were coming back. It's been, we've been working real hard. Your sisters have been doing a whole lot to support the family right now. I just didn't know where you were, if you were coming back. One of your friends visited us. It was, we didn't really hear from you. We didn't know what was going on. Where have you been? Are you bringing me any grandchildren, Adonis?
God, no. No, I'm not.
What a sad day.
It's really not.
Where's your father?
He's walking here. He probably got distracted. You know how he is. He doesn't know how to do anything except for wander around and get on people's nerves.
Oh, yeah, that man. Girls, your brother has just come back from the dead practically. Get up. Good morning. Say hello. And the 2 of them get up, Euterpe with kind of like a ugh, and Thalia is just kind of still half asleep, but they will get up and give you hugs. They definitely, like, it seems like they've grown, like they're in their like late teens. They're around like 17 years old now, so they've aged since you last saw them, and you think they're both taller.
Oh, God. All right. Hey.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, it's really good to see you, Donnie. Your sister Thalia says. You know, I missed you at the carnival. You didn't even say goodbye. Oh my gosh. I met a boyfriend. I met a boyfriend at the carnival. I have a boyfriend from the carnival.
He frowns.
And Euterpia's like, shut up.
Yeah, he frowns. He doesn't like the sound of that at all.
Nobody cares about your stupid long-distance pen pal boyfriend. Ugh. Anyway,
I'm actually, I'm sort of curious if you wanted to step aside and you and I can have a conversation about that.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm just still waking up. But Thalia will sit and tell you about how she met a boyfriend at the fair. That she's met a guy who is like 19 or 20. And his name is Cypress Vanilla Willow, and he is a servitor, which is a
Deer,
centaur, but like deer, yeah.
Yeah.
Cypress Vanilla Willow?
Met him at the fair. That was one of Dove's friends. That was the one that Thalia was flirting with and like doing performances with. He's like 2 years old.
It's been like 3 years.
Yeah, I know.
I hate him.
You hate him? Yeah.
No, we liked him.
No, I hate him.
Right,
Well,
you
basically-
dislike
We hate
any
him
of
now.
your sister's boyfriends.
She will basically explain to you that like they're like boyfriend and girlfriend, but they really just like write letters to each other. And he wants her like when she's like old enough to leave home, like when she's ready and feels like her career is taking off with like the singing and the Seder step dancing. He thinks that she should join up with the carnival because she can make a lot of money and make a lot of people happy. So she's just like telling you about that, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, she's so dreamy," and he has like this like deer. He's like a part deer, part guy. Like he's just like weird and like cool and like yeah. She's just like
it's true love.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to find true love, so I'm sort of asking people who've experienced it what it's like and how they find it, so that maybe I can figure that out for myself.
It's not true love.
I mean, I don't. We haven't really said that like that we love each other or anything yet, but we've been writing letters for almost a year now. Next time the carnival comes in town, well, it'll be 8 more years, but we'll get to see each other again then. And we're not exclusive, so we're allowed to date other people.
Whoa.
So it should be, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, and a lot of Seder relationships are open. That's kind of.
I'm from the Fae world, so I'm pretty
Oh,
familiar.
cool. But yeah, so Dawn, your mother begins like looking you over and is like, "What is this that you're wearing? Who bought this for you? How did you pay for this, Donnie?
no.
This looks very expensive."
I got it for free.
Oh, please tell me you didn't get caught up in one of those MLM schemes that your father's always trying
Girl.
to
The
get you to
irony.
do. I already
You know.
told him we're not selling any essential oils.
You know that when I went to the Feywild, all of my clothes got destroyed and replaced with this. And it's what I've been wearing ever since.
Really? Your clothes got destroyed. Did they get destroyed by a special someone? You bringing back somebody for me to meet? I see some new faces. Here, come here, babies. Come give Mama a hug. And she goes around and gives all of you a hug, even if she's never met you before. She introduces herself as Nemazine, which is very hard to spell, so I'm going to just copy and paste it into the in-game chat so that you guys can see it. That's how it's pronounced. But she, Dawn, she starts like unstrapping your armor after she's done like hugging everyone. She's like, "I need to see if you've been eating.
Oh.
Have you lost weight?
No.
Have you gained weight?
I've gained muscle mass, probably.
Your hair's so long. You look so handsome. And is this?" And she like, because she just has no regard for your personal space.
Yeah.
And she just,
Yeah, he's like,
reaches up to
nah.
she reaches up to your forehead and slaps your hand away if you try to move her. And like parts your hair on your forehead and sees the like little nub of horns that are growing out. Oh, I'm gonna just start crying. My boy is finally wearing his horns again. He's proud of his heritage. Oh, my baby boy. If only you had somebody special in your life to give me grandchildren with. Oh.
Why do you keep bringing that up?
You're not getting any younger, Adonis.
Oh my god.
Do you know how many kids I had at your age?
Too many. That's how many you had. Too many.
You know, you're just, all I'm saying is, you don't always have forever, and if you're adventuring, or whatever it is, you know, things can happen. I'm just saying, you gotta give me grandchildren.
I don't gotta do anything.
Yes, you do! I
No.
can raise you for 18 years for you to just not give me grandchildren.
Wow. I don't know about that.
You don't. Alright, do I need to have the talk with you again? I can explain how it works. You don't even have to really like the person. You guys just have to want to do each other.
Go.
Alright?
I don't
What
care.
if you want to like the other person?
You just have to try until it works, alright? I mean, even adoption. You can adopt a child.
I'm not
who
interested.
are you supposed to pass all of your wisdom and your knowledge to if you're not going to have children?
Not interested.
My cats.
Well, I can see that you've come back from the Feywild with quite a bit of attitude, young man. I think you need to sit in the corner and think about what you've done.
Oh my god!
You're not gonna make me sit in the corner, Ma. I am almost 30.
Almost 30, not married, no kids.
Oh.
How am I supposed to explain this to the debauchery clan?
It's getting a little bit too real for me as a 29-year-old. Hold on.
I suggest that you don't, because it's not their business.
Alright, but the next time that we're having a meetup of all the Satas and they ask me, how's your boy? The weird one that's into banking. And I'm supposed to say, oh, he's not into banking anymore. He has no job. He has no partner.
Oh, no.
He has no kids.
Oh no.
I mean, at least tell me what you've been doing on your adventure so that I can brag about that. I hope that you spread your wild oats a little bit.
No, I didn't.
But he did save an entire realm from, destruction.
Well,
I guess, we did that too.
That's very nice. You didn't bring anybody home for me to meet from all of this. You save a realm, you don't save yourself and your own mother from the heartache of knowing that her son's gonna die alone.
He brought us, and we're all good friends.
Are you gonna give me a grandchild with him?
I think so. I mean, I could, but I don't think so.
No, you're not. You're not. Why would you say that?
I could. In theory, I could.
Just like, listen,
You're not.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think Drawn is my true love, but as I'm still sort of figuring out how to find my true love, I can't say for sure that he's not.
You're not.
He's a very sweet boy. Honey, do you need matchmaking services? If you tell me,
yes.
I just need to know a little bit about when you were born, and I can look at your astrological chart, and I can see if you and my son are a good match.
Can you explain what when you're born, what that means exactly? Because I wasn't really, I just sort of came out of a flower after my parents created me.
Time is weird in the Feywild. I'm not sure if we can get an exact date for her.
Right.
We don't really have days or...
Right. Gotcha. Makes sense. That's all right. We could do a little bit of an interview, and I can get a sense of your values, what you're interested in, what you're looking for. And I know my son better than anyone. I know him better than he knows himself. I'll be able to tell you if you all are a good match.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. I gave birth to you, and you need to stop being ungrateful. I'm just looking at your best interests.
I mean, it doesn't have to be Dawn. It could be literally anyone. I just would really like to not fall asleep for eternity.
Yeah, I offer matchmaking services. It's my specialty.
Yes, that's why when Dawn said we were coming here, I was like, yes, I need to make sure I meet your mum because he said that that's what you do, is find And I brought Love with me so that he can help with the consultation. Because he's my best friend.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Love. Come on, bring it in. And she'll give him a hug, and I think he hugs her and is just like.
There's a moment.
Yeah, I feel like they just hold hands and they're just like.
I know you pretty well, yeah.
Yeah.
Same wavelength.
Prize in turning 29. But yeah, so it seems like Dawn's Dawn, your mom is like hell bent on giving you shit right now. And she is also very emotional because she's very pregnant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she's probably crying on and off throughout the entire exchange. Poor mama.
Yeah. And this is drawing attention.
I also want to kind of look around and see if I spot Molliver, because this seems like the sort of place that they would be. And again, Saoirse has kind of seen how big that Waterdeep is, but I don't think it's really sunk in how big Waterdeep is. So she's like, well, this is the sort of place that they would be, and it's, why would they not be here?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check. Dawn, is there anything that, actually, I'm sorry, you don't need to roll a perception check. Why am I making you roll? They're not here. Regardless of what you roll, you don't see them. My bad.
I did roll a 19, so I'm 100% sure.
Yeah, you really don't see them. But Dawn, your mom is just, on your case. And, she'll chit-chat with, your sisters and your friends. She's checking in with, the group here, wants to get to know everyone. But, she just kind of brings it back to, well, so you've got all these lovely friends and you didn't think that you should procreate with any of them?
No, why would I think that?
Well, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're a satyr.
Jan.
You can't just shirk your family duty.
My family duty is keeping you from being homeless, lady.
Excuse me, I've been bringing in pretty good money with the matchmaking, and your sisters, well, I'll tell you what, this could be the big leagues for them, being here at the Yawning Portal. We're doing just fine. There's that funny business that your father got into with the property, but we're gonna figure it out. It'll all be fine.
Uh-huh.
Money comes and goes, but you know what you can't just find more of? Grandchildren.
You actually can.
Well, then why aren't you bringing me any?
Because I don't want to. You have enough. You have too many. Even.
You have a little brother or sister or brothers and sisters on the way.
Yeah, I think that's probably a little bit of the problem, don't you think?
Adonis Revelry, watch your tone.
Anyway. I'm glad to hear you're doing okay. You gotta stop with the theatrics.
Theatrics, I'm your mother. I'm happy to see you. I'm just also a little heartbroken that you don't want to give me any grandchildren. But it's fine. At least your sisters don't let me down.
You can barely keep track of all of the children you already have.
I remember the day all of my children were born. And I almost always remember all of the names.
Right. Right.
Sometimes I get Cleo and Calliope confused. That's all right. They look very similar. I only confused you and your brother once. And that was when you were real little.
You know Urania almost went into the woods, right? And it's super dangerous out there right now.
She goes into the woods all the time with her friends. She's fine.
Right. And what I'm saying is you have no idea what's going on out there right now. Because you're always, I don't know, doing some random... Never mind, we'll talk about it later.
No. Random what?
We'll talk about it later.
Oh, really? So you're in charge now?
You know what? Yeah, I am. I think so. Because no one else here knows how to do anything.
Raised over 24 children and gotten them to adulthood. And I have several
Barely.
more on the way.
Barely.
You're all breathing. I didn't lose not a one of you. I think I know a little bit about how to survive. I fed you. I clothed you. Why are you being ungrateful?
Oh.
This is happening very loudly, like, in the middle of the yawning portal. And, like, I need you to know that, like, all of you that are on the sides of this, like, this place was loud.
And now they've quieted to hear
Dan
it.
has quieted down, and, like, you have a bit of an audience.
Yeah, he's just like, you didn't lose anyone thanks to me.
Thanks to you, what? Leaving your family so that you could go live in the city and work?
Yeah, thanks.
You gave up on the yachting for banking?
Thanks
You
to
were
me
probably the
paying
most
all
gifted
of your
musician that
bills
this
for the
family ever
last
birthed.
20 plus years.
You could
Would
have spent
anyone
20.
like something to eat?
Yes, please.
I'll go get a menu.
I'll go get us drinks. Instantly, like, not it.
Hey,
She's
big
just got,
guy.
like popcorn that she druid crafted, and she's just like enjoying the show.
I wag a finger over at Aurum. Big man. You like meat?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get you some.
Oh, we should get
Okay.
Juniper some. See if
Big
we can
lady.
Oh, Juniper, like, yeah.
Yeah, can we get? Yeah, we should get something for
Mhm,
Juniper,
mhm.
so she doesn't eat the horses in the city.
Princess.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm technically not a princess right now,
Yeah.
but
You can be once a princess, always a princess to me. What do you like to eat?
oh, I made this candy when we were in the Feywild.
No.
Fuck can.
You want something sweet?
Yeah,
It
let's
did have glass in it, which was
not
sort
that,
of a problem.
but something sweet. Yeah, let's get her something sweet. Yeah, let's not do that again. That
Alright.
was
And
It's pretty
for
bad.
the
it was pretty bad.
for the darling mother-son duo. You want something to eat, y'all?
Don't piss me off.
Is that a look? You two are having a conversation. I want to give you the privacy for it, but I also understand that food brings people together. So, would you like something to eat?
Oh, you are just so sweet. Donnie, you could learn some manners from this one.
Oh man, no.
Oh no.
You know,
From what I understand, he's had a very hard couple of days, but of course, it's my treat.
You don't
Whatever
ever
you
watch
like.
people die, and here you are complaining about me being gone for a little bit.
I think
I'll
think
just
it's important to,
assume
like-
non-vegetarian, and I'll get a platter. I'll be right back.
I'll take a double order of chicken and waffles, please.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yes, ma'am.
I think it's
I'm
important to
eating
note.
for at least 2, Adonis.
I think it's important to note that Don does have a lot on his plate still, especially from the Feywild, and I am supposed to protect him, and so weirdly, I feel like I should hop in here and say that, like, he does have a lot of things to worry about outside of having children at the moment. Maybe in the future,
All she thinks
That-
about is having children.
but he's kind of supposed to do something bigger. I don't know.
Then creating the next generation. I just, all of these things that you're so busy with, all the stuff that you gotta do.
Go again.
here's the thing: when you really think about it, do you need to do any of it, or do you just want to do it?
Have you been to the Feywild before?
Yes, I
she
have. As a matter of
yes,
fact.
our entire family goes there a lot, actually.
Do you know who Sam is?
That's a pretty generic name. I'm
That is a really.
That's
not
what
gonna
I
lie,
said,
it doesn't
too.
really sound like a Seda name, but
I mean, yeah.
What if his name was Sam the Satyr? I'm not there.
I've probably met 5 Sam the Sedas.
Sam's kind of like super magical and has his own like party with a tree that's got mangoes on it or something.
It's not about
I don't know
having
anything
kids, so
about-
you can't really expect her to care too much about it.
Really, no, I don't think I've ever been there. We mostly just go to there's like a couple Seda family reunions between multiple clans, since there's various marriages and connections. We keep a very detailed genealogy log of everyone's family and everyone that's gotten married to everyone, all the kids that they've had. It's a lot of work. But I don't think I've ever met anybody named Sam the Seda. Well, I mean, I've met several Sam the Sedas, but none that had a forest with mangoes, like you describe it, honey.
Oh well.
By the way, you're very handsome. Are you single?
Actually,
my
no.
son Don is actually. Oh, you're married? Is it exclusive?
God, I hope so.
Oh.
It's
How to explain this? Oh no.
technically we have a pod, but it's kind of exclusive to the pod. I think.
That's a real shame, you know. But if you're protecting my boy and you know, just whatever happens, you have my permission. You're very handsome.
So anyway, what I was saying was Sam is very powerful. I think maybe a god or something. And
he's an archfey. He's almost
an
certainly
archfey.
Yeah.
Specifically an archfey. Are we sure?
Fairly sure. He's something close to that.
Anyway, he's very powerful, and he told me I have to protect Dawn for a specific reason, and that Dawn's working really hard on something. So that's pretty important.
Why didn't you preface with that you were doing the work of an archfey? That makes so much sense. You could have led with that, Adonis.
Because it doesn't matter.
It does matter to me. You're my son. I like to know your comings and goings, what you're doing. You're always so private. You never let me in. You never let me see what's going on in your life.
I'm really not that private. I just don't think you care about the things that I do.
I like knowing what you're doing, even if I don't understand it.
Right.
I just think that you need to get your priorities in order.
It also saved me from dying.
Me too, a few times.
Well, is that really?
Yeah.
Adonis, you saved them?
Yes.
That's amazing. How did you do that? I thought that you gave up on going to medical school when you were like 12 and you found out about business.
Oh, he put a shield in front of me. And his body. With the shield.
Yeah, and he touches you and you get
My gosh, don't
better.
say it like that.
He touches you. And you feel better?
Yeah, it's almost like he lays his hands on you and you get better.
Well, that's pretty impressive.
Oh,
Adonis,
no.
I'll give you that. It sounds very dangerous, though. I hope
Oh.
I hope that you're being safe. And you know, he is just so wonderful. It's just like being around him. It's just so healing, and then he refuses to have any children. It's just such a shame. My special boy.
Clover comes back with like a pot of coffee, a pot of tea, and like some ice water and puts them on the table.
Makes you feel any better. I definitely am going to have a child at some point.
With Dawn?
No. I mean, unless Dawn is my true love, which is still out, I don't think is the case.
No, it's not. It's not the case.
Listen, nothing is impossible.
I would like to think this is.
I'm gonna jump super quick over to, I almost said Opal. So are you going like to the bar with this mustachioed man, or are you flagging down like just any wait staff?
I think Opal would I think if you go to the bar is like 4 drinks. So I think I need wait staff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play it that hard and fast. There's so much to learn about Waterdeep. But you can, regardless, you can flag down. There's like a human woman who has her hair in like 2 little space buns, and she will quickly walk over and says, "Hey, what can I get you?"
Well, I'm gonna need a rather large order for all of them folk over there. A lot of meat, especially for the owl bear. Double order of chicken and waffles. Something sweet for the tall lady, maybe a cake or something. And drinks for everybody. Just a nice feast setup,
Oh, are you? Do you want to just sort of? We could just bring you over like the brunch buffet or something like that.
Buffet sounds good.
All right, let me total this up really quick. Looks like this is probably going to be. I feel like for the amount of like food you're asking for, in this case, it's like probably gonna cost you like a gold for all of that because you're ordering for like several people. But it's like
I give her 2 gold. Keep the rest. Maybe an extra drink for the satyr gentleman there. He's being berated by his mother.
Yikes! Yeah, that lady's they're staying here. She's a lot. I'll get this order put in right away with extra drink for your friend.
Hey, when's the last time anyone went down the hole?
Been a while. Been a few weeks at least. We usually every few weeks we'll get a few adventures that'll go down there.
Anyone come out?
Not usually.
All right. Just wondering. That's all.
So she will go and get the order placed, and it'll take a little bit of time. Let's see. But she will come back for Saoirse. She brings you cockatrices, which are like little cockatrices, like chocolate that they shaped like little cockatrices. But there's chicken and waffles. There's lamb and dumpling stew. They have mac and cheese. They have a ton of breakfast options, eggs any way that you could want them, orange juice, grapefruit juice. I feel like she also brings you guys like some mimosa setup. So if y'all want to have like little mimosa brunch, you can do that. For Dawn, she's going to set down 2 flagons of beer in front of you and give you a little wink. She brings a blue rare, basically like just like a chunk of like meat, like several just chunks of meat that have been like very lightly seared but are basically still fully raw, and sets it in front of Juniper, and she'll bring a steak to you as well, Aurum. That's also pretty rare. And she probably brings, I feel like Clover gets like a little like apple butter bread pudding situation or something like that.
Yeah, she also likes like the like French toast type of breakfasts, or like anything apple, bananas, fruit. Sounds good.
Yeah, but you guys are set up with food, drinks, and the like. Is there anything else that anyone wanted to discuss or do in this space? Otherwise, it's just gonna be, I mean, all right, so Don's mom has like calmed down a little bit, but then she starts asking him about like, well, if you had to save them, like what was going on? Like what were you doing that they were dying? And she's like very insistent about knowing the situations that you guys were put in.
Of course.
Even though you know it's gonna make her really anxious.
Yeah. He's very like, whatever, like, let me just get this over with, because if I don't tell her, she's going to be anxious. If I do tell her, she's going to be anxious. So I might as well just, like, tell her. He's gonna start explaining it.
Yeah, she's like freaked out. But she also, I think, is like very proud of you and that you like went on this whole little adventure and that you saved like part of the Feywild and that you were like doing things with Archfey. That she finds that part particularly very impressive and would also let you know that she's adding that to your dating profile that she keeps for you and gives to all of her clients. But yeah, other than that, the sisters would probably, once they were done eating breakfast, head back up to their room because they want to rehearse a little bit. They don't perform in the mornings. They actually have like the premium like dinner time spot that like 5 to like 7, and then again from like 9 to 11 they perform. So they've got a pretty good spot, but they're gonna rest and practice a little bit up in the room. Is there anything else that anyone wants to say or do at the Yawning Portal?
I do want to try and have a consultation with Dawn's mom, but that's not something that has to happen, like, with everybody. Like, everybody can disperse and Saoirse will stay behind or something like that. She'll wait until everything is calmed down.
Yeah, Don talked to her and he was like, alright, that's enough socializing with my family for 1 millennia.
I think she would ask you, are you gonna come and see your sisters perform? They're dancing, they're singing tonight at dinner time.
Yes, I'll come see it.
Alright, I'll let them know that you'll be in the audience. They'll be real excited.
Oh.
Bye, my darling. And she, like, grabs your face and, like, gives you a kiss on the cheek, kiss on the other cheek, hugs all of your friends goodbye. But yeah. What are we doing? What's the plan?
Shall I take them to the beach or shopping while Dawn goes to the bank?
Good idea.
Do we want to do the bank first, or do you want to... I've been on you, Graf. Do you want a little break?
I'm fine with whatever.
Okay, where's my water deep? You know what? Well, magic items. Where do you want to go? You were told about 3 different things that you could do. If you wanted something more like customized or like funky, you were told to go to the House of Inspired Hands. If you wanted like wide magical item selection, there's Bag of Tricks. And if you're lucky and can find it, there's some weird stuff at the doghouse.
I would probably go to the hands one first because Aurum was very like insistent that he wants to get his customized and fixed. So I think that's where Clover would at least take Aurum first.
Yeah, and you would know that that's in the Sea Ward. It's a Temple of Gond, who is like a god of industry and craft.
Cool. How far is that from here? Is it like
gonna take you like another like
35
minutes?
Okay, then I'll get a dray.
Take a dray.
Yeah, I'll take a dray.
All right, that will be for you, for Aurum, for Juniper. Who else is going to the House of Inspired Hands?
I'm staying back to talk to Dawn's mom.
Okay. So, Opal, are you coming or are you going with Dawn?
already told the gentleman that I would go with him to the bank, so
Oh my god, we're
you
splitting the
enjoy
party
the
in
city of
Waterdeep.
Splendors. You enjoy the city of Splendors.
Okay.
And, well, I suppose we'll catch back up with you in a bit,
Sounds good.
little lady.
I will take Juniper and Aurum shopping.
Yeah, for sure.
Tourist shopping.
Yeah, so you would know that the House of Inspired Hands is off of Shark Street, and near the Street of Whispers, up in the Sea Ward. So on a dray, it'll take you 15 minutes to get through each neighborhood. So another 30 to get back up there. Yeah, but the House of Inspired Hands is over on like the western side of the city. So you probably go up the high road, cut across Delzoran Street to the Street of the Singing Dolphin, and then get let out there and walk the rest of the way. And you can see while you're here in the Sea Ward, again, very opulent, very wealthy. They're not so much like houses here as they are like either very nice, like very bougie brownstones, or just straight up like manors with an entire like estate yard and grounds. So this is definitely where some of the more extreme wealth of Waterdeep is concentrated. And for Opal and for Dawn, if you're going to the bank, then you're also taking a dray. You're on the same dray as them, unless you want to take a different one, because you're also going to the Seaboard, because that's where Dawn's former employer is. So, you guys have a little bit more time together, but then you can split off. Because I would say that Dawn's employer is probably on a different street. So you guys probably split once you get to the Sea Ward.
Okay.
1 second. Sorry, I have a billion tabs. Sorry. 1 second, I lost the tab. Also, thank you everyone for all of the chat rewards. I saw that there were a few that came through. We
Hell
appreciate you and your generosity. Sorry, my internet decided that it just like doesn't want to work.
Okay.
Aha! There we go. So, the House of Inspired Hands looks like a cross between a temple and a workshop. The symbol of Gond, a toothed cog with 4 spokes, is displayed prominently out front. Yeah. And you can see that this is like a 3-story temple building with people coming and going from it. And you are able to make your way up to the front door and enter in. You would see that there are a variety of people walking around here, and it's actually like a lot of people who seem to be like in workers' clothes, like they're covered in grease or dust or like paint or something like that. And it seems like they're doing like just a lot of inventing. And then this place is open and abuzz with activity, full of acolytes. You would see. As you enter, a bronze dragonborn who is wearing robes that have the symbol of Gond on them, some sort of like a priest. This bronze dragonborn would approach you and bow her head and say to you, "Welcome to the House of Inspired Hands. How can I help you?"
Hi, yes, my friend is looking to get his, gloves fixed. Enhanced? Upgraded? Looks at Aurum.
Yeah. Right now, sometimes they can break in certain circumstances. Like if I punch a little bit wrong, they might chip a little bit, and it'll like ruin them if that happens. It hasn't happened yet, but I can just tell. And I'm trying to see if we can make that not happen.
I see. Well, I am Valletta. I'm a priest of Gond, but I think perhaps one of the working acolytes may be better suited for this. In fact, I think I know just the pair. If you would be so kind as to follow me into the workshop.
Of course, thank you so much.
Yeah, and she will lead the group of you. I feel like Juniper's gonna wait outside.
Okay.
Juniper is intelligent enough to agree to wait outside. She has an intelligence of 10.
Yeah.
Don't wander.
I will wait right here.
Okay.
So you are led through the temple towards the sound of metal clanking on metal, saws cutting through wood, stone being chipped away with little metal tools, until Valletta leads you and gestures to a pair of individuals who seem to be sitting around an anvil that looks a little bit different from some of the rest. You can see that this one has the symbol of Gond on it, but like within this symbol, there's very like fine etchwork that seems to glow slightly, as if with magic. I think you guys have seen enough magic in your time to know that this is like an anvil for magical crafting, or something like that. You find yourself looking upon a human of ambiguous gender, with a mullet of dark hair, several facial piercings, and spiky dark leather clothes, as well as a pure white kenku, a small avian individual who is wearing a robe of Gond, and is like making very quick hand gestures at this human individual, who then signs back to them but also speaks. As you guys make your way over there, you would see that the Kenku doesn't seem to notice that you are approaching, but the human will look over at you and like give you like a little wave, and will like make hand gestures again. You can see that she's wearing like these black gloves that, again, like you're seeing that fine like scroll work on them with a faint blue glow, as if they are like imbued with magic. But this human person will wave you down. Hey, how can we help you? I'm Grizz. This is Ty, tongue tie.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Clover, and this is Aurum. Aurum might have a project that you could possibly help him with. And she like gestures at the gloves again.
Yeah, so I have these gloves, and like I feel like when I'm fighting with them, like it feels like there's an opportunity for them to like chip, and I feel like they wouldn't be effective if they chipped. So I was wondering if there's something we could do to like enhance them or make them not do that, maybe.
Yeah, let me let Ty know what's going on. And you'll see the human will turn back to the Kenku and again begin signing with their hands. The Kenku like nods their head and clacks their beak, but you don't hear them make any noise. Mm-hmm. And then eventually this Kenku will sign back to the human. Ty is wondering if you could let her hold the gloves. She needs to get a good look at them.
All right.
Just a quick preface. Tongue Tie is blind, but she is able to see magic. So
one of my best friends is a Kenku, so I trust.
Right. Thank you. So you can take off your gloves. Now, are your obsidian gauntlets magical?
Yes.
Okay, let me pull up your character sheet really quick. My campaigns. View campaign.
Obsidian claws in my character sheet.
Okay, yeah. So they're. Oh, damn. Yeah. So yes. You can hold out these claws, and then Grizz will kind of like help guide Tongue Tie, like getting them into her hands. And you can see that this bird that has these kind of like pinkish, like white eyes that seem kind of like glazed over, and they were kind of just like looking in whatever direction before. Like this has their attention. She is looking at this completely, and is turning them in her hands. Actually takes them into her beak at one point and like nibbles on them a little bit. Puts them down onto the anvil. And makes a variety of very quick, intricate hand gestures over it until you see that there's this sort of like rune that appears in the air around them. And they cast the spell for like about a minute. And then you can see that their head glows a little bit with that blue light. And then they will make some gestures after a few minutes to Grizz. And Grizz uses Z here pronouns. So Z will look back to you and let you know. Yeah, so Ty thinks that should be doable. You have a few options they want you to know. With the way that things are right now, they could just strengthen and reinforce this item, but they could also turn it into something else. They could take the properties out because it's the stone, is what they're saying is causing the problem. Oh. It's a very fragile stone. It's obsidian, and obsidian can be very sharp, but it can also break very easily if it is hit at the right angle. So Ty wants you to know that they can reinforce as they are, but she would recommend that you go with a new item and maybe imbue that item with this. That would also give you the chance to maybe do something else to it. Ty's specialty is customizing magic items, actually.
So, I fight with my fists, so it still needed to be something like fist related. I will say I have this shield I got that I can't really use.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't work with me all that well, so I don't know if we could take the shield and potentially conform those two things into a new style of fists or something.
They will gesture again with their arcane gloves and have a bit of an exchange there with Tongue Tie, and then Grizz will turn back to you and Z will have this conversation. Guys, I'm trying to like make characters that are like all inclusive and different, but I have to remember to use their pronouns, so forgive me. Fictional people of my game. Z will turn back to you and say, yeah, so actually, if you have magical items to spare that you're not using, that you could use to help power that, that's actually perfect. Part of the process for transferring power from one magic item to another actually requires a secondary magical item to be used and basically expended so that you can transfer and create a sort of arcane bridge between the two items to move those effects from one to the other. She said that it should be fine to transfer them into a different type of fisticuffs weapon if that's what you're looking for. It's just a matter of whether or not how much time you want to spend on it, and the price, and what you're looking for from the end product. But if you basically have two options. She wants you to know. I'm just her translator and partner. I'm not actually a cleric of Gaunt, so I'm not an expert, but I do shadow her work a lot. So what I can tell you is that you could just reinforce the item as it is. That'll be quick. That'll be cheap. It's not going to change the item other than taking away that fragility. But if you want to take the power of this item, since it seems like it helps your hits hit a little bit harder, you could put that into another weapon that we could custom make for you with additional effects if you're interested in that. But that will cost a little bit more money. It's going to take a little bit of time.
How much money? And how much time?
That really scales depending on what sort of effects you're looking for.
How about we start with the basics? How much is it for just like the reinforcement, like the most basic option and fastest option? If we're on a timeline.
Yeah. So just for this reinforcement, if you have this shield that you're not interested in, we can appraise it, and that could potentially cover the cost fully of the reinforcement. We are very willing to trade. Ty is always looking to get their claws on more magic items. So
I guess it just comes down to
that should take about a 10-day for the reinforcement process.
Okay.
The transferring process, if we go with something a little bit lower end, a little bit more affordable, we would still need that shield so that we have a conduit. And then additionally, we would need to decide on what sort of improvements you would want in the magic item. I mean, Ty is pretty capable. It could take months, depending on how much you wanted to put into this, but you could end up with some real wallop after. But I mean, something that would take months could be tens of thousands of gold. If you're looking for something on the lower end, it might be a few thousand, and perhaps 3 to 4 10-day if we can get approval for some of the other apprentices to come and shadow us on this, which sounds like a pretty interesting opportunity for them. So it's just a matter of what you're looking for.
I don't think I have that kind of money.
I have money, or I don't have like tens of thousands, but I have a couple thousand that I could spare. You help protect us too.
And I mean, you have a lot of options on the customizable fry. You could have it imbue your strikes with fire. You could have them activate an aura around you. If you even wanted some sort of a summoning. I mean, we've had people want to imbue weapons with ridiculous properties before. I had somebody who wanted their sword to turn people into cheese, and I did it.
Okay. Do you want to think about it, Aurum? Maybe sleep on it? I know that's a lot of options. Yeah, I could tell you're overwhelmed. I can look at your face.
Turning somebody into cheese. I just can't imagine punching somebody and they turn into cheese.
Yeah, it was really upsetting. They got arrested by the City Watch almost immediately.
Oh,
yeah.
They did it within city walls?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Are we talking like punch, boom, turned into like a block of cheese, or like punch, now my chest is cheese?
That one.
Oh.
Terrible.
We're not going to do that again. It has been outlawed. It has
they
been
adjusted
outlawed,
the laws
so
for it.
We can't do that again. But anything else is on the table.
Oh my.
I mean, there are certain imbuements. Ty even knows some cursed imbuements if, you're a bit of a gambler.
I think we've dealt with enough curses, don't you think, Aurum?
Yeah, no, I personally was just maybe fix where it is right now, but then maybe like a bump to my protection or something. I fall a lot is kind of my problem, and I don't think I'm gonna have that problem moving forward as much, but I think anything that can help would be great.
So helping you to not fall when you're fighting.
Yeah.
They will turn back to the Kenku and continue to sign, have a brief exchange with them. Ty thinks it should be possible. There's an easier way to do that, and then there's a harder way to do it. The easy way is giving you the ability to basically put a little bit of your life force into them once per day. And you're able to store up a little bit of life force in the weapon, and then if you find yourself in the future in need of a little bit of healing, you can basically use the life force that you stored up to heal yourself. but it'll take you a few days to build that back up. That's the easiest because it works off of what you're already giving it instead of actually having to put a spell in it. It's just sort of energy transfer.
What's the hard way?
Imbuing it with some sort of a healing spell or some sort of a protective spell, something like that. Putting a spell into it will take a little bit of extra time and money. We have to make sure that it's either a spell that Ty knows or can get a scroll for.
For whatever reason, I trust you guys immensely, and
Thanks.
I don't understand
you're in really good hands with Ty here. She's my girl.
Can I tell you a secret?
Okay.
I recently unlocked something within myself.
Far out.
Now my blood is very potent. So,
as someone who works in retail, a customer coming in and saying shit like this would quite literally have me behind the counter going, yeah?
Yeah?
Wow.
No, it like glitters, and I have abilities I can do based on my blood now.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Weird question, but would you mind if my girlfriend touched you? She can see.
There's got to have been a better way to word that. There's got to have been a better way to word that.
But I didn't think of it in time, and it's me, so that's what I went with.
Okay.
So the thing is Tongue Tie was when Tongue Tie hatched, she was cursed. The thing about Kenkus is they don't have the ability to speak, but she was born both blind and mute. However, her connection with Gond as that formed gave her quite literally inspired hands, and so she's actually been able to overcome a lot of the challenges that Kenku have communicating thanks to this. But the point is that she can see magic, and Z will hold up here gloves and show them to you, and you can see that there's these like faint blue patterns that are like pulsing through them. Ooh. So I wear these gloves that have just a little bit of magic in them, and it basically allows them to see what I'm saying with my hands. So
that's really neat.
What I'm asking is if you would want to be magically assessed.
Oh, that's really a good idea.
Yeah, that's whatever. Do you need me to like draw some of my blood, or are you just gonna?
She can handle it.
Okay.
She's got it. Don't just hold still.
Do you need my blood? Is crazy.
Yeah. So Grizz will make a few more gestures at Ty, and then Ty will turn, and you can tell, even though she cannot like physically see you, you are being assessed. Both of you, in fact. And without any sort of like guidance, she is able to directly walk up to you, Clover, and just gives you like a little pat on your cheek. And then we'll walk over to you, Aurum, and is like, she's like 4 feet tall, so she's not very tall.
I'll like get down.
Yeah, you can get down if you want to, because she reaches up for like your face, so you can lower down.
Get down.
She gives you a little pat on the cheek, and then like guides her hands down towards your arm, and like takes your arm, not your palm, but like your arm right here in front of her, and just pecks it with her beak. You take the point of damage.
Okay.
And then with her like weird bird tongue will like lick up some of your blood, and is like licks it up, and she's like putting it on her hands, and is like rubbing it in her hands and like looking at her hands. And then she kind of like makes this like, like the pigeon like the little cooing sound. Like she's able to make like a little like cooing purring sound. Gestures a few times at Grizz, and Grizz will say to you, she says that you have pretty magical blood, but it's a different kind of magic than anything that she's familiar with. And she's actually wondering if you would like to submit your body for scientific study. We would have to perform. We would have to. You don't have to say. You're just really magical, and she really wants to.
How about you can have some of my blood for this project, and then how much would it cost to just do like the take some of my essence?
Life force charging?
Yeah.
I mean, if we only do 1 or 2 charges, that would probably be about 2,000 gold. If you want more, we can do that. It'll cost a bit more gold.
Clover, what do you think?
I think that's doable. Let me pull up my inventory. Yeah, I could do 2,000. Yeah.
Yeah, she's saying something about your blood is. She's saying there's something about it that is connected to reality.
Mm-hmm.
And like being on the material plane.
Mm.
She says there's something about it. She wants to know if you're familiar with any spells or magic to shift between the planes. And the magical theory behind that. Do you know anything about that?
No. I just came from the Feywild a little bit ago.
We did, yeah.
1 second. And Grizz will like jog off to like another room. Comes back after a few minutes holding a couple of like thick metal like forks, like with like 2 little prongs on them, and they're all like different sizes and shapes. And she will smack one against the anvil, and you hear it ring with like a very clear high tone. And then she smacks another one on the anvil, or sorry, Z smacks another one on the anvil, and that one it makes like a lower tone. And Z will say, "So, if I'm understanding right, basically." Any other plane that you try to go to, it sort of has like a resonance or like a fingerprint. You know how everyone has, like my fingerprint looks different from yours. It's like that with different planes of reality. And what she's saying is that your blood resonates very strongly with the same sort of energy or resonance of the material plane.
Oh.
Interesting.
She says it's very sparkly to her. She says that it glitters kind of gold.
But like magically.
Huh.
Yes, but she's saying something about it with red and gold, and something about the red. How is she even able to tell that it? Okay. There's something with the planes, or this plane is the best way that I think I can describe it. And the bird is like making a bunch of gestures, and it's like fluffed up and very excited, this Kenku. She's like really, really. She thinks this is very, very unique and cool. And she would love to like put you into a jar and study you.
Oh, well.
Which we're not going to do.
Yeah, let's not put me in a jar, but you can have some of my blood. If that helps or does anything special, I'd be glad to give you guys more blood later.
All right, cool. Then she'll sign a little bit more with Ty, or Z will sign a little bit more with Ty. So that'll be about 2,000 gold. We'll do 2 charges for that price. So basically how the way this is going to work, and I'll make this as a custom magic item for you, is that you can basically, like, once per day, you can consume a hit die to charge a hit die into your like little brass knuckles, guys, your obsidian knuckles. So you'll be able to basically put like 2 of your hit die into this that you can then choose to like use to heal yourself at a later time. So it's the kind of thing that you would use when you're like resting. But so yeah, and Z will tell you that it's going to take 10 days. If you want a rush order, it would be double the price, but they could do it in one.
I don't know how long we're staying here, but I'm sure we could wait. I don't want to make you spend more money.
And will this also like reinforce at the same time, or is that extra?
Yeah, the
With
reinforcing
with the
is
shield.
part of the work
Okay,
that we're
okay,
gonna
okay.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can do 2,000. I don't think I should do 4,000. That's almost all my gold.
Yeah.
But 2,000 I can afford. I think it's a good investment going forward I'm gonna need your help with the prison.
Yeah, and I think having this reinforced and be able to heal myself a little bit makes things a little easier. I don't have to rely on everyone to heal me.
Especially if you're like up close and we're at a distance. Like it.
Yeah.
Is it something that he? And this is mechanical, but I'm like, could this, in theory, like, could he like hit the ground and activate it? Like, if he dropped to 0, could he still activate it, or is it like an action bonus action? Like, he needs to do it before he hits the ground.
So this is a magic item that I'm going to create after this session. So
that's why I'm asking what's possible here. Okay.
I'm not 100% sure. I think it'll probably. I'd have to look at his action economy because I think you have a shit ton of bonus actions. I might make it like a reaction.
I would love that because that's Clover's suggestion. She's like, "Hey, like, can it activate when he goes unconscious? Because that's when I get nervous." I will do a persuasion check if it costs extra to not pay extra.
So making it auto-activate, like, when he goes unconscious is a separate feature that will cost more money, or you can try to negotiate if you would like to see if you can, like, get it thrown in for cheaper.
How much money?
It's gonna be another 500 gold if you want to add that on.
Can I negotiate it down to 2,200?
You can certainly try. What are you gonna say to them to try to convince them to do that?
Oh, hold on. I have another magical item that I don't necessarily use all the time. I could give up.
Which magical item are you talking about?
My raven.
Oh.
I have this figurine of wondrous power that is a silver raven.
We'd be willing to take that in lieu of the extra 500 for the automatic healing feature.
That would be lovely.
Thank you.
Let me take off 2,000 gold. 3. Hooyah!
And then, are you handing over the shield?
Yes.
Okay. They will use the shield as a conduit. Actually, you know what? When Ty looks at the shield, Ty will communicate to Grizz, and then Grizz will tell you that because this shield is like very good quality magic item, they should be able to like the end product will likely turn out better than what they have quoted you for.
Okay.
Because it's very rare.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this is what I got out of the big
platinum
thing.
Yeah, platinum box.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. So you're basically like you'll get a 3 charge for free. Unless you decide to like come in and blow up the Temple of Gaunt.
No.
So don't do that.
No, we're not going to do that. They are adorable couple.
I'm removing these things from my inventory.
Excellente.
Yay. I'm so glad you've been wanting these for a while.
Yeah, I've been really nervous, and I think that's part of my problem when we're fighting is that I
Hold back
don't
a
want to
little.
break them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
but thank you.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
Oh, I don't know. I've been falling a lot, and it's been weighing on me kind of heavy.
It does make me nervous when you fall.
Yeah.
So anything to
But now I'm
stop
like
that.
big. I'm bigger, and
You are bigger.
and I feel different.
Good, different.
Are you Faye?
Who are you asking?
You.
Technically, no. This body, yes. Or it was. This face. But currently I guess, aside from the cat ears and tail, I'm a halfling? Again?
Are you?
I lost all my fairy magic.
Do you? Does this all feel a little bit muted to you?
You mean the material plane?
Yeah.
A little bit, but I think that's because I spent years in the Feywild by myself, and then we went back, and it was like a refresh.
Since I changed, it's been more noticeable, I think. And maybe it was just because before I changed, I was just happy to be home, but everything feels different. The colors aren't the same, but the textures feel better.
I think I know. I think I can understand that.
It's really hard for me to process that. And so the town, to be honest, it's been pretty overwhelming for me. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, well, yeah, Waterdeep in general can be very overwhelming. I remember being very, I got a migraine my first time here. So I understand, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that.
Yeah.
But like
it grows on you, and like right now we're in the Sea Ward. Like I'll take you to the beach. It's much nicer and less noisy. I know some pockets.
Can I tell you something else?
Sure, of course. You can tell me anything.
I feel more lost than when I entered the Feywild.
Like here or before we got here?
I feel like I went looking for answers and all I got was more questions. And now that I'm home, I don't even want to go home. I don't feel like I should go home. Maybe I don't deserve to go home. And I know before I was doubting myself a lot, and I'm not doing that anymore, but I just don't feel like... I don't feel like I figured anything out. If anything, I feel like I confused myself more.
I think as life changes around you, it can feel more confusing than you expect. No one teaches you how to react or to behave when things change. And I don't think there's a wrong way to react to these things. You feeling like you are, I think, is very normal. I didn't know what to do with myself when my mom died and the world kept going. There's no set path for something like that. And I feel like maybe you're also grieving. It's okay to feel lost, but you're not alone.
I suppose that's true.
Doesn't make you a bad person because you're not ready to go home. You're fighting about your dad, right? And you made a promise to Dawn and Sam. You follow through on your commitments.
I'm really confused about that too.
Yeah, it confuses me too. I agree.
Because like everybody's telling me that they swear Sam doesn't want to die, but when I last saw, maybe I asked Sam to talk to me tonight or something. I don't. Last time I talked to Sam, he truly felt like he wanted me to kill him. It didn't feel like it was a test or a trick. And I've always been weary of him, but this last time, I know everybody said it was just a trick, but this last time it truly felt like I was hunting a rabbit. It didn't feel like I was talking to Sam. It felt like he was a wounded animal and he wanted me to stop his suffering.
That is a very specific feeling.
It didn't feel like my normal conversations with Sam.
Okay. I believe you.
And maybe I try to talk to, I don't know if he can even talk to me here.
I don't know.
But then at the same time, if I try to talk to him again and he wants me to kill him, what do I do?
Should we maybe try to contact him with Dawn? Would that make things worse, or would that help?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like they don't like. I feel like Dawn doesn't believe me. I feel like Dawn thinks Sam's
Dawn's
fucking
got a
with
lot.
me.
No, but the thing is like I don't think Dawn is giving Sam priority right now. To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe you, though. I believe you. I will try to pay closer attention if I see Sam again, which I might also. He is kind of feeling my magic, too, at the moment.
I mean, we're talking about him, so naturally, if he can hear us, he'll probably show up. That's normally what happens.
Okay.
I don't know.
We can try calling him.
I just had to get that off of my chest.
I
have a lot in my brain, and I feel like I've been really cloudy, and now I'm not cloudy anymore, but I'm just confused.
I'm gonna give Aurum a tight hug, as tight as she can. She's so fucking weak, so you feel her like cling to you, and it's like nothing. She will give you a hug. You're always welcome to tell me about what you're thinking and feeling. Come on, follow me. I'm gonna take you to the beach.
Okay. I'm scared of how big that water is, but sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Clover, you can lead Aurum out of the House of Inspired Hands, and if you don't mind. You know what? You're actually very close to the West Gate, which you would know is the least used gate because it leads out to the mud flats. However, like since you're already both registered, you should be able to go in and out pretty quickly since you are registered. But this gate is like barely manned. It's not attended the way that the other gates are. You can lead him out of the West Gate if you would like. To go see the sea from the mud flats. Aurum, it's freaking big.
Big water.
Big water. But while you guys are there, I think we're going to cut over to the bank pair really quick. And we're going to head elsewhere in the Sea Ward to... Where did I put it? Seymour Financial. Yay! Seymour
Yay!
Financial, yay! So, Don, you can lead the way with Opal following along until you reach the very stately, glistening, impeccable Seymour Financial Building. It is a large bank that's built in like the Grecian column style. Like it has like these big columns out front, and it's this like white marble that has then been inlaid with like pure gold, and you can see the symbol of Seymour is laid into the stone up front of it. It's a rather imposing building, and it feels very like cavernous in there. But gosh, you're back at the bank for the first time. And you know that you need to go find your boss. The manager of the bank is a sun elf known as Gilderon Meridian. You guys call him Gil.
Oh my god.
You call him Gil behind his back, or Mr. Meridian to his face.
Yep.
But he's a piece of work.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. As he walks up, he like looks back at Opal and he says, "Have you ever used this bank?" Then gives him like a look up and down. You've never used this bank.
Why'd you look at me up and down like that?
I was assessing your financial value by what you're wearing.
So you said I look poor.
Oh yeah. They teach you how to do that at this bank.
Well, what kind of... How much gold would one have to be considered poor by this establishment?
Anything under $1 million is chump
Yeah,
change.
I was about to say, yeah, anything under $1 million, the castle answers use this bank.
$1 million gold?
$1 million gold.
Now, there is not a single person alive that can spend 1 million gold in a lifetime.
That's
Needlessly
sort of the point.
excessive. Needlessly excessive.
Oh, everybody says that until they have $1 million gold. And he walks up the stairs.
Hold on. And I grab the handrail. There isn't one.
Hold on. He'll come back down and he'll like hup.
Oh!
Just stop hopping up the stairs.
Well, alright then.
I'm kind of
Rapping young lad that you are.
I'm kind of in a bit of a rush. I don't really like it here. I didn't really like it here back when I worked here, and I definitely don't like it here now.
You know, I did find it kind of strange that a Seda folk would be working at a bank. It doesn't seem quite like the rest of your family. Though I did overhear. I wasn't trying to drop no eaves, but, well, you and your mother were speaking rather loudly. I think I understand that you've not necessarily been like the rest of your family. Neither have I. I think that's totally acceptable. But so why are you back here then?
Collecting my money. Look, I haven't been here, and I kind of took off some... It's a really long story, but I took off some leave to go look for something, and I was gone a lot longer than I thought I would be.
Because you and y'all's folk got caught in the Feywild, and it did one of them topsy-turvy things that it does to folk.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that should be in the contract for a place like this. I mean, you gotta consider every possibility, but I'm gonna assume that it's not in your contract, and that you have been gainfully unemployed.
That's kind of what I'm assuming too. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna cash in on my employees' benefits while they still apply.
I think that would be smart. At least when you're trying to survive in a city like this, you need to play by its rules. I learned that the hard way, but, you know, you drill it into your head for a couple of decades, and it sticks.
Yeah. And old Gilly's gonna give me a ass of a time about it, so he kind of like straightens up.
Yeah.
Let's get this over with. And he'll walk through the front doors.
So for the day of the week that it is, I think Dawn would know that this would have been like one of the days that he was working, just based on like your usual schedule. Gil is always there. You know that the security guard, her name is Bagra the Protector. She is a half-orc woman. She's pretty much always there. But then on this day, you would have been working with, I think somebody, I mean, I'll let you decide how Dawn would have felt about them, but there is a very gossipy golden-furred tabaxi called Count's Countless Coin, who would work here on this particular day of the week with you. Yeah. Very nosy. But very good at like getting information from people. He's a yapper. But yeah, so you can stroll into the establishment, and before you even enter the building, you can hear like the heels of your shoes clacking and echoing on this like cavernous stone marble building around you, and you can approach. You're not able to just like walk into this bank. Like that's not how this works at all. You like. Bagra will decide to let you in or not, and when at first she like looks at you and you think that she's about to turn like her back and just be like, yeah, anyway, but then like she recognizes you and pushes open the door. Dawn?
Hey, Bagra.
Dawn, where the fuck have you been?
It's a really, really long story. Do you really want to know?
No, but Gil's gonna kick your ass.
Oh, Gil's not gonna be kicking anything. Look.
Well, yeah, but...
What?
We thought
Did I really
died.
miss? What?
We thought you, like, died. You just stopped showing up for work. I mean, it's you. Everybody... Like, we went to your apartment. Abandoned. No note. I mean, like, we had the city watch looking for you. We had missing persons. We had your picture on milk cartons, and we put your picture into the broadsheets, and nobody knew where you were.
Well, that just means that it's a miracle that I'm back, right?
I mean, yeah, it's good to see you, man. She's like looking at you in disbelief. But
right, I don't look anything like how I looked last time she saw me.
Yeah, no, she like keeps looking back up at your hair. And so she's a half-orc woman. She does not have like any piercings, and she like keeps her hair in this like very like slick ponytail, like it's giving Bayonetta. But her hair is like dark red.
Okay.
Yeah, she's tall, she's curvy, she's a baddie. She's serving the C word, if you will. But Bagra's like looking at your hair, at the horns that are sticking out of it, and you know that she files her tusks down so that she doesn't have them. And she sees the horns too, and is like, you know, if you weren't you hadn't literally saved my ass so many times from letting scammers in, I would turn you away. But it's you, so I won't.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about me staying too long anyway.
Good luck. Gilly Boy's in a real mood today.
Oh,
Something about Victoria Castellanter threatening to move his savings to another institution. He hasn't been super happy. Yeah, no, Victoria has not been happy with the way that Gil has been handling his funds since the account got moved over to him.
I keep telling him that he needs to work on his customer service, because all day you spend dealing with people who have a bigger ego than he does. All right.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Good luck. Triple C's in there too. He's himself.
I'm sure he has more information. I'll ask him about it.
and she will let you in. And you can walk down the long entrance corridor that is made like intentionally like open and empty so that there's nowhere for you to hide if you are like trying to steal. Like you are seen and perceived by everyone, especially the security guard in the building. And you can proceed back to the teller area. There are only two like little spots at the counter, and they're separated by like this very nice wooden partition that is like ornately carved out of very rare like ebon wood with gold inlay and like platinum streaking around it. There are live music performers in this bank. So there's a halfling woman who is strumming a small harp, and there is a large what are they called? GIF. The GIF? One of those hippo people? There's a large hippo man who regularly comes in and plays the piano.
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't know why a bank needs that, but you know.
It's a GIF, but with two F's.
A GIF with two F's. Not a GIF.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you recognize those two. There's like a fountain in the middle of the bank, like with like water that like shoots out of it. I think there's probably even like a live tree that is like planted in here, just to make it feel like extra bougie and special. But you can see that behind, in one of the teller stations, you can see Count's Countless Coin, or Triple C, as they're interfacing with a client. It looks like this is, actually, give me a history check.
Oh boy. Damn. Not too good. Yeah, 6.
Yeah, you're looking at this person because you're kind of seeing the back of her head. You're not entirely sure who this person was. Sometimes you can just tell by the outfits that people are wearing, like what family they're from. You're a little rusty. At the other counter, there is no customer at, but you can see that Gilder on Meridian is there behind the counter, filling out some like paperwork. He has his like thin spectacles sitting across the bridge of his nose, and he's a very tall, willowy sun elf with slicked back silver hair and an impeccable 3-piece suit. And he's just there with the perpetual resting bitch face on, just filling out paperwork.
Yeah, he sees him, and he'll he takes a second to collect his image, and then he'll just, he moves his hair back, and then he murmurs to himself, "Don't smite him. Don't do it. It's not worth it." And then he'll start walking up. "Mr. Meridian."
So his quill that he's holding in his hand stops, and he glares up from beneath his glasses. And before he even recognizes who you are, you can see that he gives you the up, down, up, and does the same to Opal. And then after taking an Opal, gives an open sneer of disdain. Then looks back to you, and then has a flash of recognition. And then he will open his mouth and say, "Adonis. Adonis Revelry, is that you?
That's Adonis.
So you're back from the dead, are you?"
Feywild, to be specific.
"Oh, you're in the Feywild instead of coming to your job."
Wasn't exactly my choice, Mr. Meridian.
"Right, yes, that's what they all say. Very original, Adonis. Can I help you with something? I think perhaps your friend might be a little bit lost here."
"He's just accompanying me. He's not here to do anything."
"Seems like you picked up a bit of riffraff in the Feywild."
"I didn't mean him in the Feywild, sir."
I live in this city.
"Then what do you want, Adonis Revelry?"
"I just want to get access to my high-yield savings account because I want to make a withdrawal."
"Your account? That you abandoned, like you abandoned your job?"
I didn't abandon the job. I took my approved, mind you, leave, and then got waylaid by events that were outside of my control.
I tried to contact you during your approved vacation to see if you could cover a shift, but the sending spell did not go through. What
That
do you
is
think could be more important than showing up when we need coverage?
I was not on this plane of existence, Mr. Meridian.
Well, you
That's
could have
probably
come
why
back.
I didn't go through. I didn't even know that you needed me.
Well, if you had been on this plane of existence instead of giving up all of your responsibilities, maybe the story would be different, wouldn't it?
Sir, this
Adonis?
feels like a bit of a circular argument. I need to make a withdrawal from my account, please.
Identification, please! And he holds out one of the spheres that you use to, like, sign into the city.
Yep. I'll put his hand on the spare.
Thank you. I have confirmed your identity, Adonis Revelry.
Yes.
It would seem that your account has prospered in your time away. Despite you abandoning the city's financial ecosystem, I have been able to carry on the work of all of our accounts in your stead, as I am the manager of this establishment. And lucky for you, it has increased interest rates to 4%. And you haven't made a withdrawal in nearly a year.
Sounds good to me.
In addition, I also took the liberty of depositing your final paycheck into the account. After we started putting your picture onto the milk cartons, I figured you weren't coming back and you had abandoned your responsibilities, and so we are cutting ties here. I'm sure you can understand.
Yes, I figured that you would be firing me, but that is okay. I don't need to work here anymore.
I will not be providing a letter of recommendation.
Are you sure? That's okay, actually. He puts on, like, the customer service smile. I don't think I'll be needing a letter of recommendation from you. I believe that if I perhaps petitioned the ever-generous Lord Castellanter, he would be happy to give me a letter of recommendation for my service. As I've heard, since his duties, since the duties of managing his account have no longer been delegated by me, he hasn't been too happy with this bank as of recent. But
Wow.
if you do see him, let him know that I'd be happy to get into contact with him for if I move my services elsewhere.
Once upon a time, I considered you my shining star employee. Not just everyone makes employee of the month. 10 months in a row, Adonis. I considered you a protege of sorts, and now you think that because you have taken wing on your own that you can fly far beyond my reach. But I will have you know that every banking establishment on the Sword Coast shall know that you are a lackadaisical shirker of responsibility, one who does not respect the honored craft of banking. And in fact, I suppose I shall have to contact our guild leader to let them know that your membership is permanently revoked. Good luck trying to find another banking job in this city, Adonis Revelry. Would you like to make your withdrawal in full? And he's like, you don't even need to make an insight check. He's like giving you, like, this man looks like he smelled 10,000 turds. He's like...
Don's, like, eyebrow twitches, and he, like, leans on the counter, and he says, listen, Gilly, if you will.
I've told you not to call me that. My name is Mr. Meridian to you, you uncultured swine.
Fired, don't care. You and I both know that if I wanted to, I could have bought this, I could have taken this company out from underneath your ugly, wide nose any day of the week. But I didn't want to, because I figured keeping a low head and doing my work would be best for my family. But now, I can go out, swing a sword a few times, and make more money in a day than you would make in a year. I don't really care about being a banker anymore. And if I did open my own bank, I already have the city's biggest benefactors willing to follow me. So, it's probably a good thing that I'm not interested in it. I would like that in full, thank you.
You satyrs. This is why we don't let your adventuring kind in here.
Whoa, hey.
Whoa, Gil!
Right?
Gil,
He like
don't
leans in,
microcast!
right? He like leans in, and he goes, "You want to say that again?"
There's a reason why we do not let adventurers establish accounts here.
I'm not an adventurer. I'm just a businessman.
Swinging a sword and making money. It's no wonder. Of course you would choose that path. You know, all of you satyrs always wanting whimsy and fun, never knowing the true value of a hard day's work. I thought you were going to be different. But alas, I see you've proven me wrong.
Can you hurry up and get my money?
Yes, of course. And he will get up and go pull out some money. Let's talk numbers.
Yes.
Don did have a big family to take care of. However, he is a very, very smart saver. I have a number in my mind, and I'm curious to know what number you might have in your mind as to how much money you think you have in this bank account.
4 million gold.
I was going to give you 50 billion, but that's fine.
My honest to goodness guess is that you've saved like just shy of maybe 10K.
That's what I was thinking too, because he had to spend a lot of money on his big family. But I feel like working at the bank makes a lot of money, and outside of that, he lived pretty responsibly.
Oh yeah, and like you were able to feed yourself without most days of the week. Like your clients were bringing you like baskets of exotic fruit, like chocolates from like artisanal chocolatiers. Like you very rarely had to feed yourself as long as you maintained the client relationships.
Yeah, and he was able to send money home all like 350 billion times there was a family emergency because they messed up. So I feel like he's not like ballin', but he has like just shy of
I think we're actually gonna call it, with the interest that you've accrued, 15K.
Oh fuck yes.
So he's gonna give you that in platinum, just because the bank like typically deals more in platinum than gold, just with like how high value like the clientele here are. So he will give you 1,500 platinum.
I will be closing your account if you could please sign here. You are no longer welcome to be a customer with this establishment since you are no longer employed here.
And he just holds out like a termination of services contract for you to sign.
He's going to read it over very carefully and very slowly.
Yeah, so it's basically like a contract that's saying that like you agree that your account is going to be closed. Because of that, like you won't be able to earn any of like the interest that would come from having like an account open with this bank, but that also means that you're not going to be fined. Like there's usually a yearly like charge for keeping the account open. So that will also go away. There is also like a clause that says that like by like signing this, you agree that you're not going to like talk shit, like you're not gonna like slander the business, and that like, yeah, like you're basically like not going to like talk bad about Saoirse Financial.
He like rolls his eyes when he reads the last one, but yeah, he'll sign it.
And with that, consider your account permanently closed.
No worries, I won't be coming back here anytime soon. Do tell your ex-wife I said hi. I did hear that even though you're not a fan of whimsy, she very much so likes it. And I'll leave.
Straw like hits the floor, and you can see that like as you're like leaving, you like turn and peek back at the other cubicle and counts countless coin, like, and this client are like both ears up to the partition, like, holy shit, what is happening right now? And like as you're leaving, like Bagra like just shakes your hand and is like, hell yeah.
Yeah. You know, I wasn't actually thinking about it, but I think opening a rival bank would be super hilarious. So if you ever need a better job, I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, seriously, this place has really gone to shit since Gil started taking a more direct role with the customers again. If you want to get drinks, we were gonna Triple C and I were gonna head to a bar after work. If you wanted to meet up.
I think he has never once said yeah, but I think this time he'll be like, I think I can spare some time for a couple drinks.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we're gonna head to this little place in the dock ward. Our shift ends at 6. Our shifts end at 6. We'll see you there. That's wow.
See you there.
And she will close the door behind you. And you are standing outside of Saoirse Financial, where you are no longer welcome. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Huh?
Were you going to say something?
Oh, he like lets out a sigh as he stands at the top of the thing, like at the top of the staircase. And then he goes, I'm gonna tell some rats to sneak inside and take a shit on his lunch. Alright. He hunches over and opens his arms to like piggyback carry Opal back down the stairs.
I can help you with the rats situation. I've done it before.
Oh, I know.
Opal's gonna climb onto his back and basically be like, and I was gonna just ask and see if he'd like to make a generous donation to my church.
The answer is always no.
But I was gonna make it last real long, like, you know? Old folk like me at the bank love to take our time. And for a man like him, time is money. And what he doesn't understand is, when he's out of time, he's not bringing any of his money.
I think that bank will be defunct by the end of the year, as long as he's in charge.
All things should die. Even banks. Especially banks.
Banks.
Alright, where you...
Bro's gonna bound down the stairs.
Nope.
He gets that sick grind on the rail.
No! Wait!
Yeah. Do you slide down the stair rail?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Gil would hate that. And so
he
you
would
have
hate
to.
that.
I scream because he offered me a piggyback and then grinded down the rail.
Don't worry, I'm strong. You're safe in my big, strong arms.
That's fine. I'm just like big. I'm just like 8 feet tall and kind of big.
That's what she said.
All right.
I suppose if the she is Saoirse, yeah. I don't know many she's that are saying I'm 8 feet tall.
So then where are you guys
This
heading
was
next?
only 7 feet, thank you.
We'll get you some big boots.
Did you guys want to head back to the portal, or go anywhere else?
I believe he said he'd meet them at the beach.
Okay.
But I do believe that Saoirse has been. You wanted to hang behind
Yes.
and talk to Don's family.
We are
so
we are going to do that. I'm just making sure I know where everybody is going, but Saoirse is next.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he'd meet them at the beach.
Okay. So you can then take Opal down to the west gate. Yeah. You'll probably get there like not too long after them. You're just a bit of more of a walk. That's the Temple of Inspired, or the House of Inspired Hands is very close to the west gate. So with that, we will cut back to the yawning portal, which grows ever more lively as time passes, to Saoirse, who is looking to get a consultation from Dawn's mother, who is a matchmaker. So she wants you to sit down with her at a table, and she just like kind of like wants to like hear a little bit about you and like about your story and just like all of that. So is there anything that you don't tell her?
It's Saoirse, so I mean, she doesn't talk about her feelings and her confusion that much, but she, like, all the bad things. She leaves the bad things out. But she'll tell her all about the curse and how she's trying to figure it out, and the fact that she has like 4 different souls inside of her soul, possibly 5 different souls inside of her soul, because apparently there's a mortal soul that's also inside of her soul. And how she's trying to figure out how to very quickly make someone fall in love with her and also fall in love with them, so that she can avoid having to have a true love that maybe she doesn't care for.
Yeah. You know, sweetie, that's real complicated. This might be one of my most complicated cases.
It's not bad. Because sometimes
Other than there was
thing.
There was a kobold who was a single dad that I had to deal with that might be a little bit more complicated, but this is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So you're saying you want to fall in love with someone as fast as possible, and
Yes.
and you want it to be mutual?
Yes.
So
Because, I'm sort of in a timeline where there's not much time before I fall into an eternal slumber, and after I'm asleep, it's going to be a little bit harder to fall in love, like a lot harder, like pretty much impossible to fall in love with someone. So then it comes down to the people who have made some promises to me about helping find someone. They get to just decide who it's going to be, so I might not necessarily like them. Or I guess if I get real desperate, I can just pick someone to bond myself to at a soul deep level. And then, it doesn't really matter, I guess, if I like them or not as well. But I would like to like them.
yeah, I want you to like him too, but I feel like it's that time limit. You're really focused on that, and I understand. I hear you, honey, but I think you gotta shift focus, because as long as you're thinking about this, this what do they call them? This hourglass ticking grains of sand in the back of your mind. That's where all of your energy's going, and you haven't really opened yourself up to love. If you're trying to force it, it's never going to happen. That's the problem, is that you have to be willing to put yourself out there in a really organic way, and you just got a lot of really anxious energy here with that timing thing, and I really think you got to learn how to let that go. Because great backup plan here in my mind. If you want, what?
I said, here we go. I already knew she was going to try this.
Well, if you're gonna be put into an eternal slumber, that doesn't mean that you are never gonna find true love's kiss. If you wanted, when you know that you're about to go unconscious, you could just come find me, and we could actually set up an attraction here pretty well in Waterdeep, where people could pay to come and give you a kiss, and eventually somebody's gonna be the right one.
Right. The thing is that I don't know when I'm going to, like, I won't know until it happens. I've sort of fallen into like temporary slumbers a few times already, and there's always the possibility that it will become permanent very quickly if I overextend myself, which I have a tendency, according to Dawn, to do. And Clover. Clover's really worried about it too. They kind of mentioned it several times that I've sort of overextended myself, magically speaking, and then I drop into the slumber, and it's something they don't want me to do, but at the same time, I can't control. Well, I mean, I can, but I also can't. It's sort of something I just feel like I have to do sometimes, you know?
Honey, what's your type?
I have no idea. I haven't really
Well, there you go.
With a lot of people up until now, other than love, you know. But love is a little complicated because he's the actual concept of love, and he basically reflects what you like back at you. And I don't know what I like, so I'm probably the only person. I'm pretty sure, and she looks at him. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who sees him just as he actually is.
I was wondering why you were bringing around an oiled minotaur, honey. I wasn't really sure what was going on there, but you know, Dawn travels with a lot of types, so you know, an oiled up loincloth minotaur is just sort of what it is. But
yeah, I mean, you're a little pale. He's looking a little pale, but he's definitely not a minotaur.
Oh, baby, he is to me. That's a lot of minotaur.
Good to know. Good to know. I mean, I'm sure it will be good to know at some point.
Well, so here's the thing. I understand you're really, really focused on solving this problem. But if you think of love as the solution to a problem, I don't know that it's ever going to happen for you, honey. Love is supposed to be, you know, when you think of how the poets and the bards describe it, they talk about falling into it. You know, it's something that just happens to you, that you just find it. But
are there ways to, like, sort of, you know, encourage that to happen?
Well, I think one of the best ways that you can do that is, you know, you got to look at the people that are around you. And I think for you, try to start. Hold on. Let me finish, honey. All right? Hold on. You got to look at these people and think, what are different traits about them that you maybe make you happy or that don't make you happy? And then you can start to get an idea of what your type might be, you know, the things that make your heart flutter a little bit, stuff like that. Just to sort of get an idea, even if it's just, you know, I don't like that Adonis is so handsome and charming. I want an ugly non-satyr. You know, even knowing that much is helpful, because then it tells you right out the gate, a whole bunch of people are out of the running. But far as finding love, I'm a very firm believer that working within yourself can really help you to find love. Because usually with my clients, the things that we start with, the real serious cases, is self-love first. And once we can build that, it's almost like...
I do love myself. I think I'm fantastic, to be quite honest with you. I am struggling with some things, like the whole encompassing all of the seasons within myself is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little weird because I've been dealing with a lot of emotions that I don't usually have to deal with very much. Usually it's just joy all the time, and I like that. So I've been feeling other things, and I don't particularly enjoy that. Should we put that on your list? I don't like things other than joy. Is that going to help you find my true love?
But that's the thing, honey. You like yourself, but do you love yourself? It's easy to like the parts of yourself that are fun and that feel good and that make you happy.
Exactly.
But the parts of yourself that are sad and maybe less pleasant are still part of you. That's still you.
Well, I mean, sort of. But they're also not me, because they're other people's souls that are kind of...
I think you're getting a little caught up on the whole soul thing, honey. I mean, nobody knows what their soul looks like. I ain't never seen
I literally went inside of my soul and looked at it.
Right, but you don't live in there every day. Regardless of whatever's going on with your soul, you're you. Standing right in front of me here. Eating chocolate cockatrices.
They're really good.
They are really good. They're really good. Jernan makes them himself.
They're making me feel a lot better, actually. I was feeling kind of like, because I've been so confused about a lot of things, and so I was just sort of feeling kind of not as joyful, but the chocolate is really helping, and that's something I'm taking note of, because anytime I feel bad, I can just eat chocolate and not feel bad anymore. And so that's a great way to not feel the bad feelings.
Right, but I mean, yeah, it is nice to indulge in things, and I'm very supportive of taking a hedonistic approach to finding love. You know, just put yourself out there. If you feel the urge, if you just feel the urge to explore bodies with someone else, you got to just listen to that. You know.
Well, I mean, the thing is that as an archfey, and I'm sure you're kind of well aware of this sort of thing. Firsts are pretty important. So I'm kind of trying to make sure I use them wisely, because they're very powerful.
Oh,
right?
honey, you're a virgin.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. All right.
Yeah, I've never even
Let me. Yeah. Let me.
I mean, I did kiss down on the cheek, but I don't think that really counts because it's not the same as like a kiss.
Yeah.
So, but I have to keep those things because they're powerful, and I don't want to give them away to just anyone because it will give them power over me. Literally, not metaphor. Like literally, will give them power over me.
Right, but if you see in a relationship as an exchange like that, I don't know that you're ever going to find it, honey. You're looking for somebody to solve all your problems.
Yeah.
That's not love.
That would be ideal, as if they could also help me figure out sort of where to go from here. Because at the moment, I don't have a home or a family or a purpose.
Yeah, you're not grounded, honey. You're just floating loose like a balloon that a little kid
and I don't like it.
You gotta get grounded, honey.
Yeah, so I would love if finding my true love could solve that problem, that would be ideal, I think.
Honey, finding love usually...
I will say I do have one qualification that is important, and I would like it if they were not mortal, because then they're gonna die really fast, right? And then I'll be stuck alone forever, and that would not be fun. So there's the qualification.
Honey,
I think it's probably the most important one.
Honey,
I
think what you're looking for isn't love. You're looking for something easy.
Yes.
That's not love. Love ain't easy.
Well, but it could be.
It never is. At its best moments, it feels easy. It feels like your heart's just floating on the breeze.
But that's not what the stories say. I've read a lot of stories, and it's always easy.
In the stories, it is. Would that we all lived in a story, but we don't. We live in the real world. And love is hard. It's messy. You hurt each other a lot. You know, you get in arguments. You don't always agree. You know, you're going to hurt each other's feelings. At the end of the day, I'm a very firm believer that if you're just capable of truly loving yourself, and honey, I don't know if I'm picking up on that here, but if you really love yourself, then it's sort of like tending like a little flame. If you think of yourself like a hearth or a candle, we got to light that little flame. And then once that flame is lit, you'll just shine from the inside out. And it'll be impossible for anybody not to notice you. But as long as you keep...
That's already true.
You're just in this space of your head, thinking all of these scary thoughts about things that you can't control. At the end of the day, you didn't cause this situation. And whatever's going to happen to you, and it is going to happen.
So
you didn't make it.
I should just sort of find a more practical, easy solution.
Not at all. I think that you need to focus on... I think you need to get more in touch with the mortal side of you. In fact.
Oh, I don't know if I mean, I don't think that's really something I'm interested in doing. There's a mortal trapped in my soul, and I'd like to let it out.
So you know why all those stories that you hear are so beautiful, right? Is because it's two mortals falling in love.
Well, I can't be mortal. I don't want to be... Sorry, no offense. I don't want to be mortal. Dying is not something that appeals to me at all.
But if you can't understand what it means to love somebody as a mortal, I wonder if it's even possible to know love at all. I mean, think about it from a mortal perspective. Why would we ever fall in love with each other? Falling in love with somebody means that you know that one day they are going to break your heart irreparably. They're either going to do something to betray your trust, or they're going to die first. And that's going to feel like the biggest betrayal of all time. So why would we ever choose to love each other, knowing that it's only going to end in sadness every time?
Yeah, that does sound like really a bad idea, to be honest.
Well, it's because it's beautiful, and love pushes people to change the world around them, to make their lives better, to make the world better. I don't even think you could know love without understanding that it's not timeless. It doesn't last forever. That's the beauty of it, is that it's fleeting.
I don't think I like that. I sort of like things. I mean, I like change as a general concept, but not when it applies to me.
Well, change is gonna have to apply to you if you want to find love, because clearly whatever you've been doing ain't working, hun.
Right.
You know, I get, you know, not everybody wants to come down into the mud with us mortals. And you're lucky that it's, you know.
I like you mortals. I'm very much enjoying spending time with my mortal friends.
But I just think you need, if you're going to get grounded, I think you need some perspective. And I don't think you're going to get perspective as long as you keep trying to live in this mindset of nothing's ever going to change and it's always going to be easy and happy. How can you know love if you don't know loss? You know what? How do you understand the feeling of love if you don't have the worst feelings to contrast it?
I mean, I did lose my home and my mother and sort of everything.
And yet you're pushing all that away.
Well, yeah, I don't want to feel that. That feels bad.
But if you're not in touch with all of yourself, then you're not loving yourself. And how could you ever give love fully to somebody else if you're not able to give it fully to yourself?
But I love the me that I want to be, which is not any of that.
Wait, what did you say?
I said I love the me that I want to be, which is not any of that.
But you're not the you that you want to be. You're the you that you are right now.
But
why are you living your life for a future version of yourself? But this future version of yourself might never come to pass. You might keel over and sleep for 1,000,000 years. So why try to cater to this version of yourself that you might never be when you're right here in front of me and you're cute as a button?
Because that version of me is happy. And this version of me is I mean, listen, I can be happy if I want to be happy, but it's a little harder than usual right now.
I know you think that you were happy before, and I know that you think that what you're going through right now is really sad, and I get it. It is. It's a lot. You got a lot going on. But would you ever truly understand how beautiful that joy is if you had never known what it was to be sad? What is any sort of feeling without the context of its opposite, you know?
I don't know. I've never really had... I mean, it's only been a little while, and I've felt things other than joy, so I don't know.
But it's those things that, other than joy, the things that are like, feel like the opposite of joy, like anger or sadness. You know, they hurt, but...
Don't get me started on anger. That one's the worst one.
Yeah. I'm not an angry person at all, so I can't identify. I don't get angry. I love all my children.
I don't usually get angry either, but there are certain people that, like, you talk to them and you just get angry every time you speak with them.
Yeah, my husband.
Well, why are you around him then? Because that feels terrible.
Because he lights my soul on fire. Every time I'm around him, we just can't keep our hands off each other. And you know what? He makes me angry. He makes me angry, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, he and I have always wanted the same things out of life. We both wanted to have a big family, and we knew that we didn't care about money as long as we had each other. And, you know,
if I get upset, if I get sad, he knows just the thing to do to make me feel better. And when he's feeling down on himself because he got invested in some sort of a weird scheme again and lost a bunch of money for the family, you know, so I think he takes some comfort from me chewing him out. You know, and
Okay.
so the thing is that our relationship isn't perfect at all. It's really messy. I mean, when you have 30 kids, that's
a lot.
That's a lot of kids, and it's a lot of work.
I
But
don't have that many children in the family. Like, at all, in general, don't have many children. Usually, like, one, maybe.
they just are very prolific.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. I love children.
Yeah,
So we don't have a lot of them, and they're really fun.
yeah, they are really fun. But the thing is that our relationship isn't perfect, and I know that I would be just fine if I didn't have Zeus, and Zeus would be fine enough without me. But when the two of us are together, it's like we're the best versions of ourselves.
Even
when
though
we're
you're
together-
angry at each other all the time.
We get angry at each other sometimes. That's life. We're two different people. It wouldn't be very fun if we only ever agreed all the time. Where's the surprise in that? Where's the joy, you know? I'll tell you what, the moment that I knew that I was in love with Zeus, all right? So Zeus was always a bit of a Romeo, you know? A bit of a... Got around town a little bit, all right? And I wasn't really worried about that. We were adventuring together. Never really got super into it, but I never really knew that he cared about the little things that I cared about until one day I saw that he was going out of his way not to step on flowers in a field because they were my favorite kind. And I thought, why do you have to worry about that? I mean, yes, I told you that I like these flowers, but you're really going to just go out of your way not to step on them because I said I like them? And when he found out that my favorite food was vanilla ice cream, anytime we'd be in a city, he'd go and get me some. He just thought of it. I didn't even have to ask. He just sort of understood me, and he took the time to listen to me when I, you know, was feeling a certain way, and the things that he would say would give me a perspective that I had never considered before. You know, and we gave that life up pretty quick. We had, I think we were in about 3 or 4 fights with some goblins, a couple of kobolds, and, you know, I think Zeus saw me get hit with an arrow one time, and that was it. He was the one who said that we got to get out of there. And I was ready to just keep going. But he wanted us to be safe. He wanted us to have a future. He wanted us to have a long life together. It wasn't just about having fun. It wasn't just about going on adventures. We just knew that we wanted every day, almost every day, working together. Whether that's raising our babies or just making dinner or making
more
music.
babies.
Making a lot of babies. But, you know, we're the best versions of ourselves when we're together. And we surprise each other.
Well, I hope I find that, but if you're saying it's something that's going to take time, I really don't have a lot of time.
Honey, as long as you keep getting hung up on that, as long as you keep focusing on all of these things that you want instead of where you are right now, you're never gonna find it. I'm sorry. We gotta change a little bit. I think, you know, in here, I know it's very different. It's not as fancy as the Feywild, but I think you might find you should just...
I mean, actually, right here, it's pretty... I mean, it's pretty similar to when those spring parties, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, having fountains of endless wine and a bunch of lovely people around to dote on you, it's, by comparison, the material plane is kind of scrubby.
I didn't really have that. People didn't like me in the springboard.
Well, I think just because, you know,
he likes me.
this fancy Fey
thing. If you're saying you still got a little bit of a mortal in you, then why not try to listen to that? Instead of listening to all these worries and thoughts that are in your head about what may or may not happen, all of these seasons of
See,
the
that's
courts
the
and
thing too. I've never worried about the future before.
And you know what? Worrying about the future is a very mortal thing to do.
Which is exactly why I need to stop being the mortal. I need to take it out.
See, I don't
it's causing
think
a
so.
problem. You're telling me it's causing the problem. Is the mortal?
It's not causing the problem, honey, but it's a part of you that you can't. It is what it is. That's you.
But if it's why I'm worrying about the future, and worrying about the future is what's causing the problem, then it's causing the problem. So getting that mortal unstuck from my soul is probably for the best.
Well, I mean, you know what? Carrying this baby right now, really not good for my back. Makes it hard to breathe. I have to piss 3 times an hour, alright? It's really not doing my body any good.
It's
I'm
a
probably
whole
too
system,
old.
yeah.
You
I've
know?
watched a lot of pregnant animals. It's honestly not something I'd suggest. You should do it the way we do it.
It doesn't really work like that around here, honey. And the thing is that it would be great if I just didn't have this baby hurting all of my body parts, but I want to have this baby or babies. So I'm going to keep going through a little bit of suffering for a couple more months, and then at the end of it, sometimes you gotta go through some hard stuff to be able to understand the beauty of all of the good things. And I know that this part of your mortal self is making you worry about the future and things, but it's a part of you. You're not going to be able to get rid of it. And I think you need to listen to that animal, you know? We're animals. People are animals. And you gotta listen to that.
I do
be in the moment.
I have a lot of animal friends. Those are most of my friends are animals, actually.
Well, animals, you know, they don't worry about the future or anything like that. They just kind of live by their urges. And I think you gotta just get really grounded. And I think you gotta rediscover who you are, what you like. Not this other person that you're supposed to find. Not all of these worries and trials and tribulations. But just focus on, what do you want? What do you like? What don't you like? And just every time those thoughts come into your mind, I think you gotta just sort of take a like a big sword to them, maybe, like metaphorically.
I don't really do swords.
Okay, then maybe you know, you could anything. You could claw at it, just swipe them away. Just say not right now, not right now, and just anytime they come back, not right now. And I think you gotta just focus on feeling all of these things. You're gonna feel sad, you're gonna feel happy, you're gonna feel hungry, you're gonna feel confused. You know, all of these things that come with just being a person in a body. And you gotta just honor that. Honor the pain and honor the pleasure, the things that make you happy and the things that make you sad. You gotta explore them to figure out who you are. You can't just go running from it all the time.
I mean, I can.
And then where will you end up? Asleep forever, and me hawking kisses off on you while you know.
Oh, that's going to be pretty difficult to do because Don did promise me that he was going to take my body to the Winter Court and hide it there. So, yeah. It's sort of, the thing is that, like, both the Summer Queen and my mother want me dead, so if I'm in a vulnerable state, it's better to be hidden in the place where neither of them are willing to go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess the mortal plane wouldn't. I mean, it's possible they might come here, though, or send someone here to get me. But not the Winter Court.
Well, we wouldn't tell them where you were. The Revelries ain't no snitches. That's one thing I can promise you.
Oh, that's good, because I did tell you the plan, so if someone comes and asks, you don't tell them where I'm going to be.
My lips are sealed. You know, I can tell you got a lot going on, honey.
Yeah, she's in, like, full winter now, by the way. Like, as the course of this conversation, she's just been shifting.
and I know that you're probably the feelings. It's probably really big inside, and you don't know what to do with it, and you just kind of want to push them away, and you just don't want them to be there. But as long as you keep pushing them away, they're gonna just keep getting bigger and bigger, and eventually you're not gonna be able to keep the lid on it anymore. And so when you're feeling like this, sometimes you gotta just let it out. That's what being an animal is all about. You gotta sometimes just let it out. Feel what you're feeling in the moment. It's okay to be sad. It's not gonna last forever.
Sort of feels like it is, though.
In the moment, it feels really big. But, you know, the sun always rises here. I know it's not like that where you're from, but every day, if there's one thing to rely on. Yeah, I know, it's always twilight. But here, even when it's dark, we always know the sun is going to come up.
And the stars. I do like the stars.
Mm-hmm. Yep, even in the dark, there's light.
When we were in Prismere, there was like a sky full of them, and then lights, and I guess I don't really want to go back to the Spring Court.
Well, there you go. I think that tells you a lot of information about yourself right there. No need to match up with anybody from Spring.
Well, that wasn't really going to happen anyways. Like I said, they don't really like me there because of my connection to the Winter Queen, which is also part of the whole problem with finding someone who's immortal, because they all don't want to deal with the Summer Queen either. So, I do want stars. I like the stars. And I like the trees with the cherry blossoms. I kind of want to have both, you know? There isn't that. We're in the Feywild.
Well, you know, around here the cherry blossoms are beautiful, but they don't last forever. They're only in bloom for a few days, and that's what makes them so special. We wait all year to see them, and then they only last for a couple days.
I always slept underneath them. I don't know.
I get the sense that you're very lost right now, honey, and I'm sorry that I can't just... Well, I do have a lot of profiles you could look through, but they're all mostly mortal. There is one flame skull. He's very chatty, but if you don't mind the heat, he's actually decent if you're interested in discussing magic. But if you want to look through these profiles, I mean, feel free. Maybe even some of the things here you'll see that you like, that you don't like. I've got all their information.
No, that's alright. Seem like there's much point. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to help me with this, even if it doesn't feel like I've got any answers.
Well, complicated problems rarely have simple answers, honey. And you got a really complicated problem.
Well, I suppose I'll just go for a walk then. Maybe clear my head a little bit.
Alright, honey. Well, we'll be here.
Know where the Valor's Call are?
Where the what?
The Valor's Call?
The Valor's Call. Oh, that
yeah,
group
they're my
of
friends.
adventurers. Yeah, I heard of them. Everybody knows about them. There's all kinds of stories and songs about them. I think they stay in the Dock Ward. From here, if it actually wouldn't be that far. You just you probably want to just go towards the water. You know what the docks are?
No.
Right.
what you're gonna want to do, and she'll reach into her pocket and fish out like a little copper coin. You're gonna take this, okay? And she'll actually get a second one. You're gonna need this one for the way back, okay? So you're gonna go find one of the drays. They're like the carts with the 2 levels. All right. You're gonna hop on one. You're gonna tell them, I want to go to the dock ward. I'm trying to go to the docks. All right. And then they'll take you there. And then when you're ready to come back, you're gonna find another one. You're gonna give them the other coin, the second one. And you're gonna I want to go to the yawning portal, and they'll bring you right back here.
All right. I can do that.
I know you can.
Like sending your kid out to go shopping for the very first time by themselves. Like, you got this. You got this, kiddo.
And you like being angry at your husband all the time. Like, that's a thing that makes you happy.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it makes me happy, but, we keep each other on our toes, and sometimes when you get a little worked up, it can make things kind of exciting later,
Oh,
I don't have 30 kids for no reason.
Oh my god.
So, Saoirse, as you make your way out to go hopefully find a dray and take you to the dock ward to look for Valor's Call, and the rest of you convene on the mud flats to see the ocean. That is where we are going to call it for the evening.
Oh
Yay.
my god, we did it!
Wow, we still haven't dungeon crawled yet.
We'll get there.
There might be some dungeon crawling.
I think next week we'll get there.
Where the heck is Davil Mother freaking Star Song?
We need to find
he's
him.
An innocent man Star Song.
No.
Davil, he's gonna get beat up. Star Song.
Davil, he's gonna get
You should definitely threw a
Davil
coin
6
into
feet
the
under Star
portal as
Song.
well, or something. Threw something into the portal as well. Maybe like a sport.
Yeah, you could like Druidcraft an acorn and throw it down.
She's just like, I have to.
You don't hear it make a sound; it just vanishes.
Nice.
But yeah, with that, thank you as always to my lovely players for joining me on these wacky Feywild adventures. I appreciate having you here. Thank you to those of you who are watching either now or in the future on the VOD. We appreciate your patronage. Thank you to those of you who are active in the chat. We should refund.
I am doing so right now.
Thank you. Because we didn't really need them tonight.
No. Thank you for handling us as we split the party 3 ways.
Of course. And thank you guys for the patience as we went through the different groups. Cool. So, Friday game is on hiatus for 2 months. So
yes,
no games tomorrow.
We are officially done the module proper, and we'll be heading into homebrew territory, which means not only does Michael need a break just to refresh his DM brain, but he also needs time to do a homebrew for a whole group of people.
Yeah. So, Godspeed, Michael. Good luck.
Godspeed, Michael.
Let's see, what else? Any other announcements that we have to make?
I think there's an Eberron episode this Saturday, if I remember correctly, but check Discord for our updated schedules.
Yeah. Join our Discord, hang out with us. Thank you for tuning in. And
This Saturday is Daggerheart.
Oh, Daggerheart. Okay, thank you.
This Saturday is Daggerheart.
Thank you for the correction.
So, who's it gonna be? The next time you are going to your old place of employment to get your final paycheck and empty your savings account, and you get racially microaggressed, or really just like racially aggressed by your former employer.
Just aggressed.
Just aggressed. And you have to like lock in harder than you ever locked in before to not like smash his face into the counter.
Because there's a code legal.
Yeah. Per the code legal. Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus. I'll see you back here next time.
Love you, bye. Ooh, love you, bye.